Biafra land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 15th day of December 2025. That's Abobo Cheken. I hereby once again welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers to this sacred program where the gospel of both physical and mental emancipation is being preached. Therefore, please, as usual, invite your friends and well-wishers, invite your siblings, invite even your enemies to please gather to our different listening devices and platforms, because the hour has come for us to have a discussion. This is where it all started. This is Radio Biafra London, the voice of freedom, for the defense of freedom. This is a revolutionary radio. We tell you, we give you the information that you can never obtain in the mainstream media, because the mainstream media is always there in order to protect the oligarchs, the political class, in order to bend news, twist it the way to control the population, news that are not factual, to present to you half-truths. But here we are on Radio Biafra London, being a revolutionary radio. We tell it to you, we say it as it is, without mincing words, without trying to be politically correct, because we have no political party ambition. That is it. And we must continue keeping the standard with which this hallowed platform is being formed, the standard of saying the truth as it is. Therefore, we are live and direct, today being the 15th day of December 2025. Tabo Obochi Eken. Inform everybody around you to tune in. We are on FM, CHK 102.1 on different or in different parts of Biafra land. FM 102.1. You can tune in and be listening. Also, we are on satellite. We are on satellite, free to air satellite. You go to the radio station section and search for Radio Biafra London. You will get us there. Moreover, we are also on our applications, IPOB Community Radio application. It is a very low data consuming application that is designed in order to accommodate our people on ground zero, because Nigeria is a bizarre place controlled by the bizarre caliphate. Therefore, please download IPOB Community Radio. In addition to that, also you can download Simple Radio. It's also a different application, Simple Radio, and also Radio Garden. These are the applications through which you can be listening to Radio Biafra London. Once all these other applications, you download them on your smartphone, you scroll, search for Radio Biafra London, and you will see it there. And you tune in, you'll be listening. Moreover, you can visit our homepage, www.ipob.org. I repeat, www.ipob.org. Once you are in this page, please click on live broadcast. You see it there, live broadcast. It doesn't matter whether you are using laptop, or desktop or smartphone. Once you are in this, our IPOB homepage, www.ipob.org, now you'll be automatically listening to Radio Biafra London. Remember that Radio Biafra London is on 247. Some people are nursing this false narrative that Radio Biafra London is no more there. This is live from the pit of hell, please. This is live from the pit of hell, please. Right from the days of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on A till today, there has never been a time Radio Biafra London was off air. We continue broadcasting. You know, when you say that, or you think that Radio Biafra London is no more talking, it is only to satisfy your imagination. It is on your imagination, but not reality. The truth and reality is that Radio Biafra is on a 247 on different platforms, of which I've mentioned some. We are also on social media. We are on Facebook, on Biafra Television, BTV. We are on IPOB community, IPOB Rapture Media, the Biafra Digest, mentioned many of them. Also on YouTube and X, we are there. So you have no excuse not to listen. Anybody purveying or talking about Radio Biafra is no more there is a harbinger of false narrative. I'm telling you. Therefore, we must continue. We are seeing what is happening today. I will continue on the current news headline, what is happening. But remember, we are also not letting down on the Sokoto Caliphate manipulations and hashtag Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. This is what is going on. There is one news headline that brought my attention even shortly before I came on air. I was laughing, you know. Now, listen, you know, Malami, this is today's news headline, December 15th, 2025. You remember Malami, ex-Attorney General of the Federation. You know, this world is somehow, whatever goes around comes around. It's a circle. Detained ex-AGF Malami asks EFCC Chairman Olukoyode to step aside, demands arraignment or release in 24 hours. He is quoting law. He wants the rule of law to be applied on his case. That is it. Sometimes it baffles me. Malami that sanctioned the breakage of even the Nigerian Constitution, sanctioning the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know, disregarding the rule of law, discharged and acquitted in October 13th, 2022. He is the person now suffering the same injustice that he initiated, pass and parcel of. Is God not wonderful? I think Alhaji asked Kule in their book there, phone conversation. He said, is God not wonderful? Do you see why it is good to fight injustice, even if it costs you anything or everything? Fight injustice, because it will turn around to touch you. That is why IPOB is exceptional. Let me tell you something. If we see that who is our core enemy, can I say, the Fulani people, they are not even our enemies. It's they are terrorists, and they are terrorist supporters. Let me tell you, if you see the Fulani that they are suffering injustice, we will fight that injustice. Because this world you are saying, this planet Earth you are seeing, it functions through rules and regulations, natural laws. There is no way you can throw something up in this planet Earth. You throw maybe a piece of a ball, you throw it up and it continues going up without falling down. I don't know whether people is getting what I'm saying. So these are, laws of nature, and that is why things are arranged because of law, obedience to law. It doesn't matter, maybe it's your enemy suffering injustice, it serves him right. No. This is what IPOB has been campaigning. The same Malame that feels as a god, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man, is a Biafran, so he receives order from his boss or from the executive that keep him there. Nothing will happen. Today, the same Malame is quoting law, Nigerian law. Let me read it a bit. I read it, I started laughing. I burst into laughter, honestly. Now, let me read a bit. A former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malame, SAN, that is SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has demanded that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, either arraign him before a court of competent jurisdiction or release him within 24 hours, citing constitutional provisions against unlawful detention. I say, is God not wonderful? This man is citing unlawful detention. This man is the person that presided over the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the man. This is the man that presided over the non-compliance of the court rulings. This is the man. Not even only on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on many other IPOB members that were illegally kidnapped and arrested. Those that we knew and keep on shouting until they provided them even in court. Sometimes they give them bail or they discharge and acquitted. All these IPOB members in many places, many prisons around Nigeria. But they will not obey it. Under Malame, this is the person now citing rule of law to be obeyed on his behalf in his own case. Does it not sound funny? Do you see the reason why our fight for injustice, our fight against injustice has no boundary? Do you remember 2015 or 16? During the first time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started defending some Boko Haram suspects that were kept incommunicado. He met them there in prison, and he started, fighting for them. They were kept incommunicado for many years. and told the parents that for the parents, they are no longer, they are missing, they are no longer alive. Whereas they are there. They never take them to court. They didn't take them to court. They didn't discharge them. Just like that, in a state of limbo, in a country. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, no. Notwithstanding that I am against Boko Haram, they are killing people, yes. I used to shout and talk against them, their ideology and all the rest, yes. But the rule of law must prevail. Do you understand what that thing means? No. Do you understand what it means? That you are even fighting for your enemy. It is a sign that you are doing the right thing. Do you see that? Because any injustice that you support or keep calm, keep quiet, become silent in the face of injustice, because why? It is happening, it is being meted against to your enemy, your so-called enemy, and you kept quiet. Inside you say, serve him right. It will turn around. Injustice spreads like virus. It will turn around and do what? Touch you. This is the reason why, notwithstanding, I love Europeans, honestly. They might be, they might hate you, your movement, your everything, but when it comes to law, it doesn't matter. Even the president of the country is your enemy, but the rule of law must take, must take its course. Because no single person, the king of Netherlands, the king of Spain, the president of France, prime minister of United Kingdom, they are not in charge of justice, no. They are not in charge of the law, no. They are regulated by the law. That is it. So, this is the reason why. Do you see, when Nigerian government tried to bribe, different international community, Western countries, America, Britain, European Union, to tag IPOB as a terrorist organization. But they checked. It doesn't matter. Yes, Britain hates IPOB. There is no two ways about it. When it comes to Britain hates Biafra, that word Biafra, Britain hates it. United Kingdom as a government, they hate it. But there is no way, there is no cause for them to tag IPOB a terrorist organization internationally. It's their law. They check everywhere. They said no. You cannot, because IPOB is a peaceful movement on self-determination. Do you see how, when it comes to acrimony, internal hatred, British government hates Biafra? Yes. But when it comes to application of the law, they don't have no choice. It's just that they just, like, let me give an example. They become helpless because their law, there is nothing IPOB does against their law. So that their hatred is, they throw it outside because there is nothing they can do. That is how things should work. This is the reason why countries move forward, because they obey the law, rules and regulations. Sometimes application of the law can be annoying to some people. Application of the law can make some people become annoyed. But you say, there's nothing I can do. This is how our country was. We apply the law. That is it. Are you getting what I'm saying? But in the case of Nigeria, no. That is it. That is why I call it a primitive republic. jungle republic. Because, when a place, an entity does not obey the law. Imagine you come, for example, you come outside your apartment or your house. Now you are joking, you are just playing, maybe you throw one ball up, the ball continues moving up, it didn't fall again. You will start having mental disorder. You will be frightened. You will have no explanation for it. People will gather because why? Because the system is no longer respecting the rules and regulations of this world. That is why it will traumatize people. Just only that simple thing. You move around now, you are crossing a bridge. All of a sudden, a river started flowing upside down. Instead of going downstream, the river starts flowing upstream. It becomes abnormal, which means the river is no more obeying the natural law guiding it. Do you get what I'm saying? That is what Nigeria is. That is why Nigerians are traumatized, because there is no obedience to the law, to the rule of law. And without the law, without obedience to the rule of law, a nation becomes a jungle. A nation cannot even think of advancing. That is what Malami now is clamoring for. Rule of law to be applied in his case. He said that he should be arraigned before a court of competent jurisdiction or release him within 24 hours. Because the Nigerian law, people don't know this. The most important thing you can do to a people is educate them. You get what I'm saying? The most important thing to do for people, empower them through education. And you have solved most of the problem. This is why during the time of European Revolution, people were educated, exposed to things they didn't know. And now, when you empower the people, the population, you finish. You see the country will be arranged and you will start moving on. Because everybody will contribute. That is the reason why the northern elites begged Britain not to wade into their population, to open their eyes, to educate them, to tell them what they should know. They say no, keep them blind so that they can be manipulable. So that you can come out and an imam will tell them that look, kill Onyamiri and you go to heaven. They will flow through there. They will flow. He will push them anywhere he wants them to push, and the population of idiots will continue behaving like zombies. But when you open the eyes of people, that is the most empowerment. They become armed, intellectually, mentally armed. I say, wonders shall never end. Malami, the ex-Attorney General of the Federation of Nigeria and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, he is now lamenting because he was being arrested by EFCC. Now he remembered that the law of Nigeria says when you arrest somebody, a citizen, when you arrest somebody for a crime, within 24 hours you must charge him, or either you charge him or you bear him, or you discharge him. Charge him or discharge him, because you don't need to stay at the police post for more than 24 hours. unless for some other, continuous investigation, it will be extended by the court order also for another 24 hours, making it 2 days. And the person should either be taken to detention center through the court or be released. So these two things. But go to Nigerian police stations. You see people that have stayed there weeks, months, even years. Because they don't know. They don't know that the law is like that. Even Nigeria, they don't know. They know, they become powerless. They say, police don't even obey the court. Police, nothing goes through the rules. I say, imagine you come out, or you see somebody, your neighbor, you come out now. You see your neighbor walking towards you. All of a sudden, his leg is no more touching the ground. He started floating, leviating, floating up to, he rose up, start flying. He rose up to 10 meters up, start flying, saluting you, say, Nakeje, waiting now. You know, go run, leave your leg. You go run, leave even your bag. You will say, I don't see ghost too. Why will you do that? Why will you be afraid? Because it is no longer normal. A human being is not supposed to fly. Do you see that? They have to naturally respect the law of nature, rules and regulations guiding this world. But you see birds flying, you are not afraid. It's normal thing, because it is regulating, obeying the rules and regulations of this world. That is law and order. Places things naturally where they should be. I'm just giving you these instances for you to understand the disorderliness in Nigeria. And that is why people are traumatized. That is why people perish. Because nothing is in order. Anybody, I think is it chief of defense staff? He has said that, given all that every military roadblock in the whole of Nigeria should be dismantled. That they should come back to barracks in order to go and fight terrorists. Who is obeying it? Do you see disorderliness? The people there, they say, I beg you, don't talk. Go and let a military, pass a military checkpoint, and you tell them that you guys have no right to stay here. Don't even talk to me, because I'm a citizen of Nigeria and the order has been given for you to disembark, move away from all these your checkpoints, go to war front. They will kill you. Do you see disorderliness? Do you see lack of respect of rules and regulation, law and order? How can you think that a country like this will succeed? Do you know what have kept IPOB? Do you know what has binded us together? What kept us moving? Discipline, obedience to rules and regulation of IPOB. Are you getting what I'm saying? That without discipline, a movement can never succeed. Without discipline, a country can never advance. Nothing. When the chief of defense staff will give order, the Korofo on the road, you talk to him, say, go, let him come here now, come and give me this order. I beg, bring money. You talk again, he shoot you. How do you think that type of entity can advance? It will only succeed in traumatizing the population. Are you getting it? And that is what they are doing. It will only get worse and worse. I say Malame, who is a player in subverting the rule of law. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB members, the Igbo people, I beg, leave them. He served them good. Today he is clamoring for right. Let me continue reading. Malami made the demand in a release issued on Monday, that is today, by his media head, Mohammed Doka, in which he also called for the immediate recusal of chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukuyode, from the ongoing investigation against him. He wants to follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's footsteps. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, stood his ground and accused Binta Nyako. So he wants to do that. He is a crying foul that there is no respect for rule of law in Nigeria. Is God not? I say it again. Is God not wonderful? No, tell me now. Is God not wonderful? Malami alleged bias, personal vendetta, and political persecution linked to his recent defection to the African Democratic Congress. These are lies from the pit of hell. Malami has been found that you see somebody operating on 18 or 46 bank accounts, huge sums of money. It is not the one of Ngige. When I saw Ngige being arrested for 2.2 billion naira, I laugh. That is actually much. Say, 2.2 billion. Calculate now. It's not just $1 million plus only. And you say, hell. Make on they do one Nigeria now. Make on they do one Nigeria. When Ngige was a minister of Z2 Works or Industry or something like that, he deposed. Now, he said when they asked him about the agitation, he said there is nothing like agitation. Every Nigerian is claiming marginalized. So it's not only Igbo, but he claim, man. Today, 2.2 billion naira under this, forex exchange. Naira tipi, 2.2 billion chicken change for people like Malami, who is not even a governor. For chicken change for politicians in Nigeria. But they look at him, Igbo man, say, who are you? Come on, come. 2.2 billion naira. Which one? There is one I had, they say, I think he's a general, brigadier general, something like that. That bought the house of $5 million in Morocco for his short-lived marriage. It's nothing. It's nothing. But Ngige is now being detained for 2.2 billion. When I thought it was $2.2 billion. No. People that looted are not supporting loot of any kind. But there are things you see, you start laughing. You don't know whether to laugh or to cry. I'm saying it serves some Igbo rights. The one Nigeria. When it happens, they will start crying, Igbo, I'm Igbo. And you tell the person, look, let us look for solution. IPOB is fighting for everybody. They say, no. Omahi now is enjoying. Omahi said, no, Tinubu government is inclusive, so no need of Biafra again. That Biafra has come. So because he's a minister of works. The only thing he can bring to Ebony as a federal parastatal, federal investment in Ebony state is military barrack, army of occupation. Is what is I don't know. We have reached today a state that they no longer have pity for any Boman elite suffering. I don't care, because we have reached to a stage when the person is in a good situation, or say nothing mega, which kind Biafra? Nobody is marginalized. We are all the same. We have equal stake in Nigeria. Remember, Ojo Zokalo was crying like a baby in the Senate House. Do you remember? We forgot. I never really understand the words. What I see is selfishness. Selfishness is in the DNA of every Igbo person. Both me, both you. But you see, us that is talking about it, we have been delivered, we have liberated ourselves. We have, we have been born again. That is the way I will put it for you to understand. But are you getting what I'm saying? This extreme greed and selfishness, you need to find out and liberate yourself from it. And also educate your family lineage. Either your fathers have liberated themselves. Our fathers, maybe they brought us up through this dignified manner. Or if your father did not, now you as a son, you grow up now, you see the road, you become enlightened, you liberate yourself from this. Otherwise, go ahead this greed. I am telling you. Because you cannot tell me how the same mistake, people are making the same mistake over and over and over, continuous. You tell me that I know. Right from beginning, Azikiwe, Britain pick him up, pick his father. Before Britain can pick you to work with them in a very, very trickish assignment of amalgamation of Nigeria, like the amalgamation of Nigeria. You know that they know you, the type of person you are. Nnamdi Azikiwe was picked up by Frederick Lugard to work with him. He know that not the one and not the greedy. So they will not work with somebody that is there to protect their people. No, never. Because they use him to amalgamate, trick other traditional rulers in different parts of Nigeria today. Trick them into signing what they did not know. I not suffer now. That's why I don't even cry again. I don't want to suffer. We are suffering it. They use him. He was trying to build a country for his son. Now, maybe his private conversations, the father of Nnamdi Azikiwe, maybe his private conversation with Lugard, when they are together, you see, Lugard will be telling him, don't worry, you see this country we are trying to build, we are trying to create, don't worry, you'll be in history and your son will control everything. He knows that the father of Azikiwe is that kind of person that wants everything for him, for his generation. Now anywhere they go, he will, the people that we are, tricking into signing documents to form a country, to amalgamate to be a country, they don't even know what is written. Now, Azikiwe's father will interpret, because he was baptized as Obed-Edom, Azikiwe, the servant of Edom. When Lugard was using him, I know privately Lugard will be, if Lugard is alone, he will be laughing. He said, look at this idiot. Don't worry. He will be telling him, you see this country, when we fight, don't worry. When they go to some place, you will bring out he said, no, it is Obed-Edom Azikiwe, the father of Azikiwe, that did the whole job. Because Lugard doesn't speak the language. Azikiwe's father was a black person. So we say, no, trust me now, I'm a black person. So sign here. What on here is nothing. Just to, once you say, it will tell him good things. The poor king He signed. Onye obinyaka, onye ink, obinyaka, binyana was yes. Apple, look at the two Aziki West father. Oh, now you they do nice job. Don't worry. You see this country where now you are hand. If you are destined, if you are too old to be now your son. Make sure your son will be trained. We will take him out to train him in my country, in America, in abroad. On the yes. Because he saw extreme greed. And that is what they need. So they have to use him. Remember this program? Is it Chibuan also? No, is it? The name of that program in former IBS, Imo Broadcasting Service, during the 90s, 80s, Kotoma, they were imitating what happened during the colonial days. So, is it court clerk? Yes. Court clerk will be interpreting. Now, the judge is a white person, is a British. He doesn't hear Igbo. Everything is through the court clerk. The court clerk is all and all. One Gary. Anything he wants, the judge will talk one thing, he will interpret it, translate to another thing. Sometimes that is the situation of which Aziki West father occupied. So all because you cannot talk to the white person. You don't speak English now. You see? So he enjoyed, but today the whole population is suffering. Do you see that? Do you see that? That is a piteous situation that we are in. And Igbo people, when I say Igbo politicians, no. Igbo people. Because it is the people that become politicians and rise up politically. It is the people. They rise up from the people. They didn't come down from heaven. No. Do you see that? So it's a character. It's a character. Ngiga is now, that is what. When you look at it, even it's very shameful. A former governor, former minister. If, for example, they say they are detaining or prosecuting him because of a $2.2 billion, it's understandable. Onye neria kon yari nke karaka. Onye neria wo. Oriental brothers also in area wo nke karaka wo. It's a shameful thing. 2.2 billion, $1 million plus only. Chicken change. That's why it's there. Whereas people that squandered, that even carry billions, tens of billions of dollars, no person, they are untouchable. It tells you all you need to know. Do you see that? It tells you all you need to know. The former governor of Kogi State, how many billions? How many hundreds of billions? He's moving around. What is that his name? That young man. He's moving around, hundreds of billions of naira. Because when you are not with crowd, they treat you anyhow. That is the thing. As an Igbo man. They can even indict you because of as a Igbo man. They can indict you with maybe 20 million naira as a Igbo man. They can indict you with maybe so when they compile the whole thing, they say no, Onya, let us there is no problem, we can deal with his situation. Let us sacrifice him in order to show America that we are doing something, please. This other person, no, don't touch him, don't touch him, don't touch him. He's still, he is still very important to our cause. That is how they, that is how they do. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, Mala, let me just read a bit before I take another news headline, please. You know, about Malami, where is it? Where is it? Okay. Now, Malami continues, said, according to the statement, the former justice minister accused the anti-graft agency of subjecting him to what he described as an illegal detention, media harassment, and procedural abuse, insisting that the investigation was not driven by lawful enforcement considerations, but by deep-seated historical animosity on the part of the EFCC leadership. Oh, so he knows all these things. But when he was committing it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the many other IPOB members that were even extrajudicially murdered, some are still languishing in many places in Sokoto, prisons, in Castina, in wow military barracks. He doesn't give a damn because he was on top. Today, he is touching him. They are sacrificing him. Do you see that? He continues saying, he said, I have been clearly prejudged and cannot receive a fair, objective or lawful investigation under the current leadership of the EFCC. Malami said, Chineke kuna yojo. Is God not wonderful? Is God not wonderful? Now, let me jump some places, many things he said. Let me go here. He said, central to his demands, Malami insisted on strict compliance with section 35(3), 4, and 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which provide safeguards against unlawful detention. He demanded either his immediate arraignment or release within 24 hours. Hey, now wow. Law. So he wants rule of law to be applied to him, whereas he continued trying illegally somebody that was renditioned against Nigerian constitution. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he can't, because no, he can't do anything. What is the law? Beg. But in his own case, he's now quoting law. Do you see what I continue saying? I will never forget the quotation that says, the people that will destroy this world are not the bad people. No. No. You see, IPOB is guided by this quotation. The people that will destroy the world are the good people that keep silent in the face of evil, in the face of injustice to others. They keep silence. When evil people are doing something, they keep silent, say, no concern me. Silence is complicity. That is why, you see, even if our enemy is suffering injustice, as Malami is suffering injustice, it's not good. Do you see that? We pronounce it, yes, they are meting out injustice, which he also promoted in his own case. That is who we are. We shout it in order to tell you that we are a different breed with a different mentality. This is the mentality we want to use to enter into Biafra, so that when you see evil being perpetrated, you become concerned. Do you know why Europe is secured? Do you know why European countries are secured? Because security is everybody's business. Are you getting what I'm saying? If you are, for example, downstairs if you are in a street making one kind movement, maybe two of you, before you know, somebody call them. Then now there is some people, I don't know, maybe black people there, I don't know, come. I told you. They don't say, nah, you know, concern me, I beg. No. Because security is everybody's business. If you neglect what these people are doing, they will turn around, it will turn around and concern you tomorrow. Maybe it's a kidnapping gang. They will turn around and kidnap your person. Do you see that? So, what are we saying? What am I saying? You see, injustice is something that everybody should be involved to fight. When I listen to people that are wagging mouth on some species, some of them, most of them Igbo people, the hatred they have against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against IPOB, blinded their eyes. They continue making the same mistake. No, it sounds him good. IPOB is a terrorist organization. You need to be treated as terrorist. I say, what are these people? Because of maybe the person is hoping to impress somebody or impress one set of clique of people for him to enter into political arena. This is a mistake which we don't want to imbibe. We IPOB, we don't want to make that mistake. That is why I keep on saying, do you see, if something bad, for example, is happening in one part of Biafra region, it should ricochet in every part. That is when I will understand that yes, our people are rising up. Maybe a military will extrajudicially kill one person in Abakiliki. And because of the viral video, everywhere there will be uprising everywhere in the whole of Biafra region. From Imo State to Delta, to Rivers, to Bayelsa, to Anambra, everywhere. Why is this? No, what happened in Abakaliki? We say we need to, there should be no extrajudicial killing. It concerns all of us. That is when you know that people, because now even the caliphate will start being afraid. Say these people have risen up. But as long as you continue this evil silence, when you see what happened, you say, no, concern me. I beg, reach this side, I beg. I beg, more on a carry on a trouble, remain that place. Go ever reach this side. Here, I want a mother now. Boys, day. Can come on them where she not. Now, I up again anyway. That the people still, Kafaro is still far. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So, we always fight injustice. And that is why we are exceptionally different. We are not like Nigerians that keep silence. Malami is crying foul. But he accepted rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be tried under him. Instead, if he is a human being, let me tell you, you can resign. Do you know that the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Malami, if he is somebody that, as he is quoting law today, that he is upright, that he knows law, had it been Malami is really defending the law before God and man, he could go to the extent of resigning and say, no, I cannot partake, or history will put me as a person that was the Attorney General of the Federation or Minister of Justice, and this crime was committed against a citizen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, extrajudicially rendition, and to be tried under me? No, I resign. He will write resignation, say no, I cannot accept this. It's against the rules and regulations, it's against Nigerian law, and it's against my ethics. I have a dignity. History will remember. If the issue is that, oh, my hands are tied, I can no longer perform my legal duties as I should, I say I resign. do you see any Nigerian doing something like that? No, I cannot. No, because of interruptions by the executive or people in the high places to influence my job, I resign. I cannot fall to that. I resign. Instead, I resign. And you resign as a dignified fellow. But would they do that? That their hatred, anti-Biafra hatred, we never allow them. Today he is shouting, he is crying. Is God not wonderful? Is God not wonderful? That is, is God not wonderful? Okay. Now, let me go to this news headline, other news headlines, which I have to talk about today. You know, there is you see what I played about Nonsonkwa, about Tiger Base, that evil place. There is something you take away there. When Nigeria government can lie, they can lie. The Nigerian police, they just, that is why when I see them, there are places, there is a place I see, where did I put that? I don't know. It's a federal government, federal government debunks espionage claims over Nigerian Air Force C-130 aircraft in Burkina Faso. You know, they are trying to mellow down this issue. Mazi Patrick wrote that Nigerian government wants to export, carry out unknown gunmen in Burkina Faso, and they were caught. They thought that it is in Nigeria where everything they can use intimidation. Or non-government, is ESN. I could say, why not Nigeria government now say no? This aircraft belongs to IPOB. This is C-130 aircraft. No, IPOB repented it to put it in Nigerian Air Force. Those 11 military being arrested today, till today, 7 days now. They are ESN officers, so we don't know. Oh, this is what remained for Nigeria to talk. I was expecting them to say it. An evil place that everything about Nigeria is a lie, deception, lie, no iota, lie. They said no, Nigerian Air Force, it was having technical issue. He was heading to Portugal, and technical issue, he had a mayday call. He had the distress call to the nearby. These are things that we are putting out to gullible idiots, but they don't know that many of us, we know them now. No, I think even Portugal have distanced themselves that they don't have any idea of any Nigerian Air Force coming to Portugal. Do you see that? Today they will come and say, no, they are doing diplomacy, they are out. Those people, everything is regulated. Now lie. Burkina Faso, they thought that Burkina Faso is the Burkina Faso of yesterday. That is what they thought. France is using them, as a, fishing bet. Now, I'm gonna go. Don't worry. Tinubu, you are a man now, so anything they tell you, they carry SP, because if France goes with their aircraft, they will be blown out of the air. They don't know that Russia equips these three Sahel states with state-of-the-art equipment. I could remember during Joe Biden's time, he issued during when this thing started first, I think 2022, he issued Joe Biden, there was a statement from White House issuing anyone into any American aircraft pilots that they should never pass through these Sahel states, this Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger airspace, no more, that it is the most protected airspace in Africa. Russia equipped them with the state-of-the-art radar system to detect and activate the air defense system to shoot down any intruder. Nigeria want to do now to satisfy the new colonial friends. they say no, nothing make we go. They were forced to land by the Burkinabe military. I say, let me give Nigeria, let me still suggest to them, please push everything, send an IPOB aircraft. Now IPOB repented it to Nigerian Air Force, please. I think it will be good. That those officers, 11 officers that you are detaining, they are not Nigerian military, they are ESN officials. So deal with them. This is a suggestion I want Nigerian government to, because when you look at, let me play again a bit. One of the revelations of what has been going on in Imo State. It is now coming clearly. It is now coming clearly, as clear as crystal, that all these things that were happening, it happened. Pozodema did all these things in order to blackmail IPOB, to tarnish the image of IPOB in Imo State, and to keep everybody on the run, so that nobody will even care to think about who is ruling Imo State. We have been shouting it here. Look at Ago to Aka. Listen to him.
They voted them because if no matter what party you come from, once you win an election where I'm governor,
Isn't the local vigilantes or the local security in place already? The Ebubago is already there in the southeast.
Ebubago, which Ebubago? Ebubago is the cause of the problem in Imo State.
This is a governorship candidate. He knows what is happening. He's saying it on national television. What IPOB have been shouting. He said Ebubago is the cause of what is happening in Imo State. You see this world, You see this world. Whereas people have taken all these things. He's IPOB, he's ESN. Ahmed Gulak was killed. ESN. This one is ESN. He's ESN. Now they are revealing the whole thing.
Really? Yes, because they are not from Imo. Half of them are not from Imo. You heard somebody on television say that he was hired, that he's policing Imo State.
He's Asari Dokubo.
I mean, they are not from Imo. Let me tell you, there is a detention center called Tiger Base that is being run by one of the SAs to the governor of Imo State. Do you know how many people have died from that detention center? We have cried and cried.
Where is the detention center?
It's called Tiger Base. It's in Owerri. Tiger Base. It's in Owerri.
Yes. In the city of Owerri.
Yes, in the city of Owerri. It's called Tiger Base.
It's a very strong allegation.
Yes.
Detention center.
It's called Tiger Base. It's in Owerri. Tiger Base. It's in Owerri.
Yes. In the city of Owerri.
Yes, in the city of Owerri. It's called Tiger Base.
This is a very strong allegation.
Yes.
You are linking it to the government of the day.
Yes, the government of the day. Yes, they are the ones running that Tiger Base. Yes, they are.
Did he miss weight? The answer is no. Hope Uzodinma is now going towards the end of his tenure, I think in 2027, I think. That is why he is cleaning up the whole mess. Let me ask you, the organ harvesting centers they saw, called mortuary, but in Ngogbala, owned by Morocco, who received different titles, accolades, certificates of accolades from police or from churches or from everybody. But he's a mastermind, he's a leader of organ harvesting kidnapping syndicate working for Opposite. All of a sudden they destroyed the house. Do you think this is normal? A crime scene. They use caterpillar, destroy everywhere. Okay, forget it. Instead of, putting that place, sealing it as a crime scene, forensic studies, forensic analysis and investigations being carried out on the corpses, and telling people, this is how governments work. But no, not in Nigeria, because Nigeria is not is a place where there is no orderliness, no rule of law, no rules and regulations. Everything is done according to the decision of the person in charge as of that time. Anything he wants. He's not guided by any rules and regulations. So they have finished their job, convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have labeled everything, put it on ESN. The whole organ harvesting ring, kidnappers, is ESN. Listen again to Onosonkwa, please. Listen, for you to understand the crime. That these people committed unpardonable crime against IPOB. And when you see people that are talking about IPOB killing our own people in Imo State, you see that they are mischievous. I'm not saying that they are ignorant, no. Because these are hired people to continue pushing in the narrative. They know what they are doing. If you meet them, do not pity them in talking, countering them. Do not pity them. Use the normal word that will make them, to think twice. Listen to Nonsonkwa. I will play a bit and forward it to where I want.
Recently, Neke Eziama Hazumbise. Only one guy, Anapo John Bosco, Onwacha, 34 years old guy. Onwere computer hana eke Eziama dia. Meba ne print ma bana ma poster on a chair. Typewriting, photocopy machine, no charia. The Eziama dia. So before now, the family before the family had like 2 weeks. They made that boy arrest na shop there. They made arrest na shop there. Abera may arrest. Me me shop. Handcuff wire, warrior, tina moto, buri bewo and the tiger base. So omela 2 weeks before the family now came to Nchekwando Benya Foundation. Then we took up the matter. I called the CP, referring to Ola. I talked to Ola, Osino Osala. I should talk to the IPO. I talked to the IPO.
Allah is the police commissioner of police, the police person in charge of Tiger Base. He's a Yoruba man that an Igbo man is using, Hope Uzodinma is using to kill his people. Sometimes, you see, I continue wondering the mentality of some of Igbo people. I cannot understand. I'm telling you honestly, sometimes it's too deep. I cannot really understand because of political power. Others, do you remember when during the time of good Lord Jonathan, when General Ihejika was appointed by good luck and was fighting Boko Haram. The northern politicians rose up and said, no, this man is, because he wants to finish Boko Haram under few time, without taking much time. They said, no, that he's killing their people. These are terrorists, they protect them. But Igbo man will import foreigners in order to be killing his own people, and he's happy, he's a governor. Hope Uzodinma said one time openly that even if Imo lights, Imo people in Imo state remain only 2 persons, that he is ready to continue governing the 2 people like that, which means millions of people should be destroyed and killed. He doesn't care as long as he's still the governor. This he said this position that God just brought to him. And you see the question, see, that's why sometimes this God issue are not there again. Okay, no, this God has it, what God has it. To God are not there again. Because people have used this God commit atrocities. And they are still committing. Not those of them open his mouth saying, now God give him this power. Not be through your vote, now God. Not through the power of God. And that is why he's doing what he's doing. Is it not what Nigerian politicians used to talk? Anyone, once they rig themselves into power, they say, no, it's God that did it. It's Inshallah, it's God that did it. It's God. Atrocities are being committed in the name of God. I know they again. Like me, hate me, I know they. When you talk of, I know they with somebody where they talk too much about God. Me and I myself, weapon went from you, because I know I'm a mere God that can cause. God, they cause confusion everywhere. God is about killing. God is about inhumanity to human. That is what Hopos of them are used, and is what the Nigerian politicians are using. God put them there in order to loot, to commit atrocities. So continue listening.
Now, gini me. The family bera chọpụta na Tiger Days bịara ije ahụ mgbe ha hụrụ press release from the PPRO Imo State, Henry Okoye, where Henry Okoye said,
Henry Okoye is an Igbo man also from Anambra State.
Imo Police Command press release of Tuesday, 3rd June 2025. Crackdown on terror. Imo Police bust IPOB ESN camp. Again,
are you hearing it? They kidnapped somebody that was doing his normal work, doing computer training, repairing all computer and all this printing and all this and that. After he came, he gave out press release from police, which he sent to different Nigerian media outlets, mainstream media, channels, television, Arise, all of them. That, they have busted IPOB. Did you see what IPOB has been suffering? No. How does this thing make you feel? We will come here and be shouting that what is happening? The IPOB has nothing to do with what is happening. It is a false flag operation. It is a blackmail by the Nigerian government. They are doing it for their Fulani God, for their Fulani masters, because that is the job. That you say pin everything on IPOB and you'll be receiving promotion. That is what they are doing. Do you see people with no dignity, people of low esteem? How can this type of people run a government? People of low esteem. They don't have no dignity, no class, no style. They receive info. And the Nigerian media, They don't do investigation. They don't do nothing. They just stay there and they receive an email or phone call telling them what to do, what to say. This is what happened from Nigerian police, Nigerian military. This is what happened. No, IPOB have done it. You know, we captured them, this and that. And they will carry it like that. A very low life, state of issue. I cannot understand. How do you think that Nigeria will progress? I am happy at least Britain, United Kingdom, UK and the United States turned Nigeria down after they have spent billions of dollars in order to designate IPOB as an international terrorist organization. Finally, officially, formally, they said no. We don't see nothing that connects this organization, this worldwide phenomena to terrorism. No, we won't do that. It's not. We follow rules and regulations. We follow rules and regulations. Do you see that? Continue listening. This is from Tiger Base.
Crackdown on terror. Imo police bust IPOB ESN camp. Arrest gunmen and accomplices.
Do you see how they bust so-called busting of IPOB camp? What they have been putting on, and the people are still using it today, doing their X spaces, or holding X space discussions. You see that? They will go and kidnap innocent people, kill them, now carry guns from anywhere, put on top of their cup, say these are the IPOB. What type of evil? Sometimes I start wondering, I say, is this how countries are run? Is it how nationhood is run? Is this all about advancement of a country? No, it is not. Manipulations, lies and lies and lies against a set of people. No. That's why before God and man, with everything I have, I've concluded, completely concluded that Nigeria is unsustainable. You cannot run a country like this. Deception. Complete deception. Look at what is going on in Ukraine and Russia. It's busting out small, little by little. EU, the people in power in EU, the deep state in EU, they have been feeding the population with lies about the situation of Russia and Ukraine, about feeding people with lies. Now people are finding out that, look, their governments have been deceiving them. There is no way lies can be sustained. It's impossible. It will burst out. It will fail. That is why you see, I put all my energy in this struggle, because I know that Nigeria cannot be sustainable. The way things are going, the way they are, you don't run a country like that. Anything they tag on IPOB, they kill our people, they tag on IPOB. I say, come on, if you have brain, let us just use, cool down yourself, be neutral, calculate. What is the benefit of IPOB killing their own people? No, tell me. Kidnapping them, stealing cars. When they see even IPOB members that came from abroad, they kidnap them, collect all their money and still kill them. Now you tell me, what is the benefit? Sometimes remove bias in order to make right judgment. Be yourself, only yourself. You calculate. Now, what is the benefit of IPOB? Do you remember some time ago? I give you some instances for you to have a retrospect. Poland, all of a sudden they said, no, Russia invaded their airspace They with drones, with their Zishad drones, this and that, they shoot them down. All those allegations, Putin was looking at them laughing. No, that's why you need to be following your international geopolitics. There you see analysts, people that they don't care about Russia or America or NATO or no. They analyze things. One person one time, he was analyzed. He said, look, let us ask ourselves, what is the interest of Russia in attacking NATO openly like that? It's a very fundamental question. So all those things they are playing is childish. Where did it go today? Is it everything New York? Wow, because they play that blackmail, it didn't work. So that America will come and say, oh, no, Trump will come and say, no, okay, Russia, you know that all these things are setups, blackmail in order to, escalate the whole thing. Where do you hear it again? Everything died with the whole CNN coverage, all the mainstream Western media focusing every day. Oh, Russia attack Poland with their... Hello. But after cool-headed people look at it and say, nah, this is so childish now. Even you became ashamed. They went down. Everything died like when you quench fire with water. No more, nothing. You don't hear nothing again. This is what we always want people to reason. You remove the hatred you have for IPOB. Okay, you hate IPOB, no problem. But let us face reality. What does IPOB gain or have to gain by killing their own people, establishing camp, and abducting, kidnapping people, taking money from them and killing them, stealing their cars, people that have goods, cement, they carry the lorry load of cement, sell it at giveaway price. What does IPOB have to gain? Let us be practical in reasoning. But these people, they will tell you, no. Did Nnamdi Kanu say, okay, did he say, let my broadcast on radio? Did he say or did he not say? Okay, no, he is there with you. Did he say, they killed them? What is happening to your heads, please? But today, all these things, they are being revealed. But the issue is this. Although it is better to be late than never. It is better to be late than never. But when you go to the market and you say that, oh, Mazi Jonathan is a thief. The whole people there, you don't know who come from where. They have had it. Before you know, people will take it home. Hey, now Mazi Jonathan was on your shin. Hey, from far and near, they have gone. And after you found out that Mazi Jonathan is no more a thief, how do you go back to the market and announce it? The deed has been done. The propaganda, the blackmail has been spread. That is the issue. But many people understood the game. And it is now that some people are understanding. But there are those hell-bent. Those hell-bent on tarnishing, continue carrying the narrative. I am telling you. But it's very sad. But I'm happy that all these things are coming out. Now, please, continue listening. Continue. It is a story of one person, one out of thousands in Tiger Base.
We went into the shop, saw how it was ransacked. We saw how it was ransacked and everything. I think I will post the video here. We saw how it was ransacked and everything. Na Ekezia Madia. Ma John dem madu say one mezuoku we are carrying out a thorough investigation. Ayacho hechi asina anyị na defend ndoshi ma wundama. People said there was nothing like open fire. even the IPO, member of the IPOG, this case, it seemed so there was nothing like open fire. But Henry Okoye, who takes pleasure in tagging every criminality in Imo, but he takes pleasure in tagging every criminality in Imo as IPOB ESN.
Do you see that? This is where I want to get in this clip. This Henry Okoye, he takes pleasure in tagging is the contract. Any slightest thing he says IPOB is ESN. They went and kidnapped somebody, an innocent person in his shop, and they killed him in Tiger Base. And he went and published that, he sent out a press release because he can do it. He can do it. Do you see? Is in Nigeria, I am seeing the worst of human being. I say the worst of human being in Nigeria. They know that what they are doing is against humanity. It's a lie. The person that they are using as how do you call him? A scapegoat. They know he's an innocent person doing his business. Somebody that was born like him, Henry Okoye, born like him. He breastfed, his mother breastfed him like him. He was inside his mother's womb for 9 months like him. They suffered, raised him up, and he's now working in order to also help the family. But they take him, kill him. And now, because they are in power, they can do it. Now they tag that, even when his boys went there, they opened the fire. They have an RPG. They have this and that. And the people say, where all these things happen? No inside market here we did for that day. Nothing. There's nothing like this. We saw some policemen, they are from Tiger Bay. They came and arrested this boy. Nonsonko said he made a thorough investigation about this boy. There is nothing to hide. He is a genuine human being doing his business. They cut the life of that young man short, just like that, because he has Nigerian police uniform. He can do it. When he retires now, he will start shouting that, maybe within 10-20 years, he will start shouting, I'm an Igbo man. They refuse to pay me my gratuity on this retirement. This is how they maltreat us. That is why, do you see some of all these people, when they cry, please do not die for them. I say it's in Nigeria I am seeing the worst form of Homo sapiens. The worst form. They do something, they know that what they are doing is evil. They do it with audacity, because there is no rules and regulations are never respected. Laws is not for them. It's from Anambra State. Are you getting it? If anything happens to him, you will say, no, he's Igbo man. Okay, let us. Do you see them? That is it. Sometimes I used to imagine they would pick an innocent young man, promising young man, and atoday when he because how can these people? How are these people human beings? I used to say here, some people think that maybe I am just talking. That look, if Nigeria continues to exist for another 50 years, they will turn out, Nigeria will bring out another form of human being that is different from the mainstream human beings of other parts of the world. I am telling you. I am telling you honestly. So this man is an Igbo man, Okoye. He takes pleasure in tagging anything to IPOB. That is why when I go to some spaces, when I listen the way some people, the hatred they have against IPOB, it baffles me. I am telling you. There is one that said whether his ex-name is Doggy, I don't know. He lives in Germany. He is importing containers. That Nigeria, go and make your connection. Nothing like Biafra. He is there to fight. No one here. That the IPOB will go this and that. The worst is that they have made up their mind. They don't care about, because that is where I know that they are being directed by some people in the upper echelon to do what they are doing, and it's for their tomorrow's political motive, or for gain, for benefits they are giving to them. They don't care about, having a robust discussion and debate to reason. No. They have made up their mind. That is where this type of people are dangerous. You see that? When you see somebody, when you say, no, I don't want to care whatever you want to say. Whatever, I don't care and I don't want to care. I don't want to listen. He has made up his mind. It's very dangerous. And also, let me quickly add, this is also very common on religious people. Some have made up their mind. They don't care again about reason. Talk to it, they say, no, believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. Which is not what we are talking. So, these situations are very, very dangerous in human mentality. It's very, very dangerous. When you're a human being, you have predetermined mindset made up. You don't care about on issues. You don't care about reason. You don't care about reasoning to check whether how to maneuver, whether this thing is right, whether even this thing I'm believing or the way I'm going, it is right. Do you know that even me personally, sometimes I sit down. What I'm telling you, I'm saying it on air. I used to sit down sometimes to overhaul myself, to check, this IPOB na mmadụ nọ n'ime ya na agba mbọ na-etinye uchu. Is it the right way to go? Maybe if you are a ghost watching me or with satellite, you'll be laughing to yourself. You think that I'm talking with somebody. No, I'm talking to myself. See now, am I really right? Is there any other thing? Any other way we can go in order to avoid this? So that I know whether I'm going right or I'll be self-examining myself. I used to do it. Whether you are entering into the wrong way. But when I look everywhere, sometimes it will warrant me. I will call some people on phone privately and stir up some conversation. The person will not know why I'm overhauling my brain, my own brain, whether I'm still in order. But you see, people, they have made up their mind. So there is nothing again you can talk. It's a very dangerous, that person is dangerous. It's a dangerous situation. Which means you don't care whether you are right or wrong. You don't care even if you are slightly right or slightly wrong, to ameliorate, to better. No, that is not your problem. That is what these people, that is what the type of human beings these people are. The worst form of human beings are in Nigeria. I am telling you. When it comes to governance, how can you think that a place like this will advance? It's impossible. Let me also read. This one was from, you have seen it. It was last month. It's from Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. It's a disclaimer from the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka over the news from Arise Television. Arise Television. Do you know that this kind of a thing is something that can warrant even the director to resign? Do you know that? Why did the director of BBC resign? Why did he resign? Because of a situation like this. They edited something, statement of Trump, in order to deceive, because what you Arise Television, millions of people are watching it, taking what they are saying, but they deceive people. But Nigeria is a place, you can get away with anything. It's a place of impunity. That is why that is a horrible place. Donald Trump called it a disgraced country, but it's worse than disgrace. I am telling you, it's a horrible place. Let me read what a Catholic diocese of Nsukka wrote. A disclaimer, please. A disclaimer. The Catholic diocese of Nsukka wishes to address the narrative by Arise Television this morning, 27th November 2025, that very Reverend Father John Igwebueze and Reverend Father Matthew Eya, who were buried on Friday, 21st November 2025 at St. Teresa's Catholic Church in Nsukka, Enugu State, were murdered by armed members of IPOB and ESN group. Don't you see that? Don't you see that this is worrisome? We would like to clarify that Father John Igwebueze had been suffering from illness since June 2012 and peacefully died on Sunday, 21st September 2025 at Bishop Shanahan Hospital in Nsukka. His death was due to health complications arising from his long-standing condition. But Arise Television nailed it to say, because the police called them and say, two Reverend Fathers have been abducted and killed by IPOB, ESN. And they went on television and went on air and said, do you know that if Nigeria is a functioning country, the director of Arise Television should be held accountable, and he would have resigned for this, apologizing to IPOB. Do you know that? But nothing happened. No person even give a damn. The worst sickness that can envelop a people is ignorance. I don't care matter. Bakumi attitude. They don't care. Because it's happening to IPOB, they don't care. Don't you see Malami shouting, crying? Today, it's touching him. Now he knows that Nigeria is not going through rule of law. Nigeria is not. Is quoting law for Nigerian EFCC to either release him or charge him to court, because they have detained him, as the law, more than the law allowed, to be in the police cell. Do you see that? It's very sad. Now, let me continue reading. This person, this Reverend Father, they said IPOB, ESN have killed. Somebody that died in a hospital, have been sick. But Arise Television, they don't verify news. They don't send their correspondence. Where they only send their correspondence is in police station. Police will call them, say, bring your correspondent. Come. We'll show you IPOB members. They are here. We capture them. Oh, yeah. They don't. They will come. How many have you kidnapped? The man will be saying, there was one time even I was sitting. I think how many years? One of those people were said, I don't know anything. No. They just catch me, put me here, say they will take us picture. I know. Many of them say, I don't even know what is happening. But you see, Arise Television, Chinese television news. No, don't say that. How many have you kidnapped? How much you ransom did he? The man say, I'm not a kidnapper. I don't know. Police, they just arrested me on the road. They say, here I find myself. Nigeria is horrible. The earlier Nigeria is being destroyed, the better. Before God and man. Otherwise, Donald Trump is saying is a disgraced country. No, it will turn out a different type of Homo sapiens in the future that will be a trouble in this world. The other human beings, mainstream human beings, will be behaving. They will be behaving another thing. You don't know where to classify them. So the Elliot Nigeria is balkanized. It will save life, please. How can in a country people that die, somebody died of sickness that he's been battling with, all of a sudden, because in order to blackmail IPOB, they call Arise Television, among others, say, yeah, this is what happened. IPOB have abducted and killed Reverend Fathers, and they blowed it on air. And today, since last month, the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka, because they are conscientious, I'm happy what they did. They released a press statement of disclaimer saying, no, what Arise Television talk will not be true, will not concern us. Look at what happened. Let me continue. Father Matthew Eya, on the other hand, okay, let me also go back to what happened, the real reason how the first Reverend Father died. Let me read. Now, he said, let me start afresh, please. The Catholic Diocese of Nsukka wishes to address the narrative by Arise Television this morning, 27th November 2025, that Very Reverend Father John Igwebueze and Reverend Father Matthew Eya, who were buried on Friday, 21st November 2025 at St. Teresa's Catholic Cathedral, Nsukka, Enugu, were murdered by armed members of IPOB and ESN group. We would like to clarify that Father John Igwebueze had been suffering from illness since June 2012. Do you see that? Since June 2012. Not today. And peacefully died on Sunday, 21st September 2025 at Bishop Shanahan's Hospital, Nsukka. His death was due to health complications arising from his long-standing condition. Father Matthew Eya, on the other hand, was tragically shot on Friday, 19 September 2025 by yet to be identified individuals on his way back to his parish after a pastoral assignment. The security personnel have been investigating his death and no individual or group has claimed responsibility. As we still wait for the security personnel and their investigation, we plead with anybody who has useful information on the killing of Father Eya to help the security personnel in their investigation and urge the media and the public to report responsibly and refrain from mixing unrelated incidents. Clarity and accuracy in reporting are essential, especially when dealing with sensitive issues like life and death. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the families of both priests and promise them our prayers during this difficult time. For any further clarifications or inquiries, please contact the Office of the Director of Communications of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka, signed Emmanuel L. Asado. That is it. Director of Communications, Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. I read all so that for you to know, for you to hear. This is the evil going on in Nigeria. They blackmail the IPOB, and they use all this blackmail in order to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and some people are happy. Where will it lead you? Tell me. What? Nigeria is turning out the worst form of human beings in this world. If they can allow this type of thing, because of hatred of IPOB, now they can tag anything. But I am happy that things are no longer the same, that the people are understanding what is happening. I wanted to talk about the other clip I played, but I'm not going to do that. about I will take the topic another day, about the Sultan of Sokoto, who was a brigadier general. Do you see these people? A military attaché to Nigerian embassies in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Saudi Arabia, Iran. Let me leave it there, please. Do you see, why I love IPOB? We fight against injustice. It doesn't matter who is suffering it. We don't want to be part of the people that will destroy this world by being complicit in the face of injustice. That is why one of the main reasons I love this IPOB, honestly speaking. Do you see this tiger base? When people are doing, they think, when people are on top, they think that they are. Look at Malami today shouting from a police cell, from EFCC cell, quoting law. He never knew that it would touch him. When he was, doing it to other people, he don't care. He didn't care. Do you see why it is good to have dignity? I say this is why I love Europeans. You will see a European. Don't you see Hungarian Prime Minister? Hungary is part of this thing, EU. But now he said, no. He said, no. I cannot agree on all these frame-ups and all these lies. No. I cannot agree. No. That is why I love Europeans. Say it anyhow. They are colonial, yes. But I love them because they have developed mentality. Before you know, even in the face of injustice against, even if everybody they are pushing it, some people will say, no, this is injustice. I will not agree. That's why EU don't have a common front in facing what is happening. Some people like Hungarian Prime Minister and others, they say no. This is not the democracy you are talking about. This is not about the rule of law you are talking about around the world. No, this is a conspiracy that we are seeing. He continues opening up, saying no. Even Italian second minister said no. Russia is freezing Russia's assets for nothing. Why? It's not about who you hate. You do something against him because you hate him. It's about the rule of law, respecting the law, the rule of law. Because if we continue doing like this, and no, who you hate, you can do him bad, you love him, you any person you love, you compensate him. Which means this world will it will no longer be palatable. It will be jungle republic. But in Nigeria, no. Once money pass and they promise you money. It's very sad, honestly. It is very, very sad indeed. Let me stop here, please. I will go into just a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the line so that people can call in. But remember, you see, we will never stop hammering about the evil committed by this tiger base in our land. The report about it is coming. I think yes, there is the tiger base files. Yes, I will talk about them in subsequent programs. The coalition against police tiger base impunity. Yes, the report is out. When you see people doing things, when you say even Igbo people, when they give them little power, they turn it against their own people. This thing is frightening, Others now turn this their power, use it to protect their people, use it even against foreigners. Man, can they use it against their own people? How is it foreigner using how they become very nice people, very nice. He's making me afraid though. I'm telling you honestly. I never see a people behaving like this. I never see a people behaving like this. You go to this type of base, most of the officials are business, are Igbo people. Many of them are Igbo people. But they are killing their brothers for nothing. Because they have, politicians covering them. What most of them is at their back covering them. So they can kill at will. Or the ego, or the ego. I will go into just 3 minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the line so that people can start calling in. Please, do not go away. I'll be right back.
Recently, Neke Eziama Zumbise. Only one guy, Anapo John Bosco Onwacha, 34 years old guy. Only computer ehana eke Eziama there. Beba ne print ma bana ma poster on a chair. Typewriting, photocopy machine, on charia. The Eziama there. So before now, the family before the family had been only like 2 weeks. They made that boy arrest na shop there. They made arrest na shop there. I better there may arrest. Me me shop. Handcuff wire, warrior, tina moto, buri bewo and the tiger base. So only 2 weeks before the family now came to Nchekwando Foundation. Then we took up the matter. I called the CP, referred to Ola. I talked to Ola, or said no Sala. I should talk to the IPO. I talked to the IPO. Now, Guinea, the family Berachoputa no Tiger Base Berija Mbe Hahoro press release from the PPRO Imo State, Henry Okoye, where Henry Okoye said, Imo Police Command press release of Tuesday, 3rd June 2025. Crackdown on terror. Imo Police bust IPOB ESN camp. Ganunte. Crackdown on terror. Imo Police bust IPOB ESN camp. Arrest gunmen and accomplices. In a sustained effort to restore peace and security across Imo State, operatives of the Imo State Police Command's anti-kidnapping unit, Tiger Base, acting on credible intelligence, successfully conducted coordinated operations targeting notorious elements in Ahia Zumbise and Njaba LGA. During a targeted operation at a Keziama in Ahia Zumbise LGA on 31st 05/2025, John Bosco Onwacha, age 34, of Ihitafuku, Ahia Zumbise, and his cohorts opened fire on the line, opened fire on the operatives. In the ensuing gunfight, Onwacha sustained a leg injury before he was apprehended, while others escaped to the adjoining bushes. He is linked to multiple violent attacks that have claimed the lives of security personnel and traditional leaders in Mbise axis. Now, personally, I and my team, we went down to Ekeziama to inquire. But on that 31st, January, February, March, April, May, yes. On that 31st of May, and we had to open fire na the entire market. Ndeni nebera had that day, when we had to open fire. I hold the police, I hold the saying there unknown gunmen, but in here that day, Ndebera made this guy arrest. The boy shop here on Elu, computer this thing, because I met a gun office here. We went into the shop, saw how it was ransacked. We saw how it was ransacked and everything. I think I will post the video here. We saw how it was ransacked and everything. Na Ekeziama there. Ma John them madu say, we are carrying out a thorough investigation. I actually seen I defend Ndoshi Mawundama. People said there was nothing like open fire. Even the IPO member of the IPOG this case is him non so there was nothing like open fire. But Henry Okoye, who takes pleasure in tagging every criminality in Imo, but he takes pleasure in tagging every criminality in Imo as IPOB ESN. How can somebody arrest in a shop here open the fire with his cohorts I went to Ekeziama somewhere we will say they opened fire and some ran into adjoining bushes. Henry Okoye is doing more harm than good to the security issues in Imo State. Henry Okoye is doing more harm than good to the security issues in Imo. Here in Henry Okoye and Imo State here. Itofegi or IPOB Zurie or ESN Zurie. I am not saying that in a Ocean is Imo State, but we have Imo State. Now like we want you to go stop tagging in Imo State here, IPOB, because before IPOB came, Ndoshi Sugenimo. Before IPOB, Ndoshi Dezu. But to Henry Okoye, the PPR of Imo State, anything criminality in Imo State is IPOB. That is why we are saying that guy should be removed from Imo State. That guy is doing more harm than good as PPR of Imo State. Now, look at items recovered at the scene included 1 GMPG gun, 2 chain magazines loaded with 200 rounds of live ammunition, 1 AK-47 rifle without a breech number, 56 rounds of live ammunition and 4 magazines. I will post that in now. I will post the shop so that unu jirani unu mana ma odiri hende di otu ihe ashe butre. Ni ashe butre na aka ha ma ono na organo na shop ha because one, I said that the guy they did that shop, teacher, computer training. Not a G, computer training. So, Obronye computer training at that shop where the police attacked and arrested him. When you keep external individuals, external bodies, now but there, I only Dora Udri Henda police here now. Only Dora Udri Henda police here now. So, we went to an honorable zone with Brew and we are Banners Plaza. Yes, Banners Plaza, where by side the bear has himself. So Anya get back home with Brew shop. Anya get back discreetly. John the Mother John Bosco Wunye, Ulutunu Shimate. I said the guy in Agaro. The guy in Agaro. That was what people said. The guy in the Megan Nagaro. Then Anya Gaziano Lohani Hitafuku. No Loha Abaroko. You know? Police I said oh habarok non do bodo na the so no eze eburu majo biko no nwere eze eburu around this area I said no when he can eburu eze here ama me na got him. So anya chopota from our investigation my team ogra na Hazumbise this guy ake ya no na criminality also kada boy gbara mgbe agbara ulo ha ọkụ nke mbụ the only thing ndị mmadụ kwugewu na onye a na-enyo that's the only thing the people look for. No nya na enyo go para nnie mana ọrụ maka this John Bosco aka ya mere gene riocha. That was the investigation gathered. Now police say bro this guy Henry Okoye I concur to this violative and violating human rights press release. Boy the boy Nishi. When you guys the police, I want to come and see the guy. I saw no logo, no make a statement. Chalk on my face, tiger base, I'll buy a ebe. When no buy a ebe, I'm Jimana Ibule here. When no buy a ebe, tiger base, Anna bag ebe, but Diego, Anna bag a cabo boogie. Tiger base, Abama debe, Kaba Gio, Kumaba Giaka. They shoot to kill, they don't shoot to wound or injure. Finally, I confirmed that the boy Ebule. The only thing Hajaka, okay, they can show me the video of his confession. About the confession that he confessed to be in this. He confessed, of course. I need now, manana that Tiger. Anything ever put from Tiger Base is Jiga's confession. Even when you now no, this is not confession. Okwagala prison. No, within the Tiger Base, so we know their system and not how she operate. So what am I saying? That this young man, Eburu, without recourse to justice, We will not forget.
We will not forget, and we will never forget. This is what is happening in our land. They do it, they commit horrible crimes because they can do it. When you look at many of these police officials, they are Igbo people. Where is their conscience? Is it people that have no more conscience? That's why I say, is this about governance? Is it about development? Is it about country's advancement? The answer is no. Do you know that there are things Nigerian police, they are not trained to run, to pursue an armless suspect. Somebody that without no gun, maybe they say he stole a banana. He was running. Police, Nigerian police don't pursue. They don't have the stamina to run. They carry gun. Before you know, they shoot the person. These are things the Nigerian police, they don't do. They don't do investigation. Nigerian police, they don't do investigation. They just come and write anything, say, oh yeah, sign. You do them, oh yeah. They will take some people, those once you confess that we leave you, don't worry. A video. No video they say, oh yeah, now you do them, now you are IPAB, say yes. The person don't even know it's an innocent person that don't. They tell him, if you don't do it, we'll kill you and nothing will happen. Just confess, tell us this, what we want to hear, and we will leave you. And when the person finished confessing on the video, they record it, they now go and kill the person. If you talk, they bring it and say, look at him, confess now. I say, what type of homo sapien is this? Please, our lines are now open. You can, please, make sense out of the whole rubbish and nonsense, please. You can call and also talk about it, because I cannot understand what type of, Nigerians they are thinking that all these things, when you live there, grow there, you don't experience any other type of life. You think that everything is normal. It's how things should be. You see citizens seeing a policeman, they fear policeman like, hey, nah, because he can kill you. See military, you fear people that they are paying, public servants that swear allegiance to protect the public fears them in Nigeria. They say, now, which kind of people are these? Is this about governance? Our lines are now opened. Our WhatsApp and Signal lines remains +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I repeat again, our WhatsApp and Signal line remains +61 405 142 547. I have callers lining up. Caller on Signal, please. Mazi, can you hear me? Caller on Signal, please. Go on. Can you hear me? Caller on Signal, can you hear me, please? Mazi Oba, are you there? Caller on Signal, your voice is not coming out. If you are speaking, I don't know. Can you hear me, please? Mazi Celestin, please. I don't know whether you have. Mazi Celestin, are you using earpiece? Mazi, are you using earpiece?
Say something about what
Mazi, your voice is sounding so muffled. Mazi Celestin, can you hear me, please? Your voice is sounding so muffled. I don't know whether you are using any gadgets. It's better. You're a regular caller. Please, don't trouble me by wearing gadgets. Please.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know when my hand touched some other application.
Don't worry. Go on.
So,
don't worry.
Nevertheless, let me proceed with my comment. So, Professor Jonas, you see, what is happening to Manami is what we can describe as not of retributive justice. Manami never believed that by this time that he is going to be somebody that we see himself in EFCC. You see, outside being a sponsor of Funani terrorism, we can also agree with me that Manami, by act of extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in which he broke so many international laws, including every convention and treaties Nigerians signed to, including Kenya border and immigration law. All these things amount to state-sponsored terrorism. Therefore, it is just that Nigeria cannot give credence or credit to IPOB, because if they narrow it to that, then it will be that it is a kind of exalting IPOB, and they cannot narrow it to that. And that is why they will go the other way of sponsoring Funani terrorism. So that is that. And when things are beginning to happen like that, it only means that the state is not doing something right. It then means that the cardinal principle of rule of law are not being upheld by the government, both successive government and the past government. Because if Manami has realized the right of the citizenry and not been, flagrantly arrogant to abuse every law and the process, by now, Mazi, you would have seen people and institutions that would have rise up for him against the oppressive state. And that is why we are seeing what we are seeing. And what do we make of it? What we make of it is for people to understand that power is transient. You cannot be there forever. So what you do for the injustice you harness because of your position in power against your fellow, we also fun out with you one time or the other, just like it's happening to Manami and our own brother Ngige today. So therefore, it is a lesson that every political criminal in the zoo must have to learn from that and have to retrace their steps from perpetrating injustice against the law that they are supposed to uphold. Having said that, Professor Jolas, you see, the election, or what you were talking about, the police and Tiger Base precisely, you see, the most annoying thing about all these things is the conspiracy of the press. You understand? So, because it undermines every ethical and professional journalism, it undermines field reporting in investigative and ethical journalism in the press, because Nigerian press knows that Nigerian police is highly corrupt, a very highly demented, corrupt NPF. Also, their sister securities, they are very, very corrupt, and there is no how anything and the decent media can anchor on the press statement from the police without rank or to investigation to find out exactly whether the information dished out by the police is true or false. You understand? And if you see how this information, it kills more than what do you call it, coronavirus, because one piece of false information can commit millions of people into death, because you don't know what it does to people, especially our own people. When, like this young guy you mentioned of this young guy that is running computer this thing, do you know what that singular disinformation from Henry Okoye will cost anybody that knows this guy? You understand? So what we are saying now is Nigeria media there are still time for them to retrace and know that media remains neutral, and media are guided by the professional ethics, which means every information that you manage must be verified. You don't have to sell your right or ethics at the expense of money from the zoo. It doesn't happen otherwise. You have reduced yourself to nothing. And in the wisdom of Wole Soyinka, in his book, The Man Died. The man did not die just because the man was crucified. The man died as a result of you, that is, pressmen who sees the truth and you refuse to uncover it because of bribe. The man died in your hand, who is a judge, who knows the law, like in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But because of corruption, you turn the law upside down. The man died, you, a clergyman that sees the truth, and in your utter idiocy, you sit back and you could not voice a word. In the language of Bishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa, he said, and I quote, "Those who maintain absolute silence in the midst of injustice are worse than the oppressor." They are worse than the oppressors, Professor Jonathan. And this light, I call on people of good conscience to be. Nigerian media comes up with this disinformation, disregard it and attack them. That is how a sane society is built. Professor Jonas, let me leave it here so that other comrades can come in and their own opinion. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Remember our identity, and we must continue to preach the message of freedom.
Thank you very much. We must continue. The disinformation, the Nigerian media is horrible. Look at what is happening since the escalation by Donald Trump of Christian genocide. Arise Television, Channels Television, the whole Nigerian media. They come, Nigerian military have cleared the Air Force, Nigerian Air Force to strike terrorists then, and they. Why are they deceiving? When we talk about the media, are they not human beings that are seeing and suffering what also that is happening in Nigeria? Why should they deceive people like this? Why? Are they inanimate objects? Why are they deceiving? Every time, Nigeria is hitting terrorists. They have bombed here. Just like this. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan.
There, Mazi.
I greet you, sir. My name is Mazi Iwajuwa. I reside here in Minneapolis. I'm the coordinator here. I've called a few times. So today, I wanted to call and appreciate you and to encourage you to keep teaching and evangelizing and opening our eyes. We are listening. People are listening. Be encouraged. So, one of your submissions tonight is like, sometimes you say it on a passing, like we Nigeria, the so-called Nigerians are gonna turn into the different kinds of people in the human evolution. That is already happening. It is already happening. It is already here. Because if you look at how the people that call themselves Nigerians, how they behave, their character, you can bear with me that we are not on the same league, the same playing field, or whatever you may refer it to as with the Western civilization. Look at technology, where technology is, and look at what sub-Saharan Africans are doing to themselves. So when you talk about that, just realize like it is already here. People are behaving like worse than wild animals. They took our leader, illegal rendition of our leader and throw him for life jail. And then they think they will have peace. You know, when they are done with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, now they will turn against themselves. Now the cards will start to crumble. Now the big shots, the big wigs are going to be exposing themselves because they have nobody else to blackmail and throw into jail. So it is disheartening that human beings in this era, just like our ancestors, like we ask those questions: how did the Europeans go through the treacherous water, come over to Africa, few hundreds of them, and took all of us, took our lands, enslaved us, colonized us, and look at the same thing is repeating itself today. This is just based on one simple thing. What our leader used to talk about, the problem of a black man is in the brain. The brain, the reasoning, the way we reason. And we commit all these injustices, atrocities, thinking that we are going to have any way forward in life. No, we are going to bequeath shame, poverty, disease to the coming generations with all these kind of attitude. When somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB come out to tell people, please listen to yourselves for 1 minute. Try to find out where the problem is coming from. This problem is coming from their wickedness, their ignorance. I mean, the information is out there at the fingertips, going at lightning speed. People can Google any information. People can find any information in any field of life to figure out what is going on. Yet Nigerians are hell-bent in being wicked and destroying the future of their coming generations. But we in IPOB, we say no. We say no, we are going to cure that problem by looking at the way we reason, looking at having reflection and finding a pathway forward, because we are tired of being treated as animals. If other sub-Saharan Africans believe they're animals, we in IPOB, we say no. And that brings me to the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to throw him in jail in Sokoto and say he's going to be there for life or whatever their delusional minds are telling them. Our leader will be out. If our leader is not out, they will have no place to hide. All of them call themselves Nigerians. I mean, they know they will let him go. They're still playing games, but we guarantee them that this fight is not ending with this generation. We're already transferring the ideology of Biafra into the even unborn generation. So the earlier they deal with this squarely, the better it's going to be for them in the zoo and the rest of the sub-Saharan Africa. Mazi Jonathan, I say I appreciate you again. Thank you for what you're doing. I encourage every Biafran, every IPOB member all over the world, if there is nothing else you can do, is to remain steady, consistent, believe in this Biafran ideology. That's the only thing we can do that is going to be beyond us. It's going to be bigger than us. This is the only thing we are going to bequeath our coming generations, to make sure that they carry this ideology and philosophy of self-determination and independence and freedom. Thank you, Mazi Jonathan.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on signal. Mazi Madabuchi. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, Mazi.
There were Otekwela. There were.
Okay, now when Anna Megan.
You don't reggae.
Line now, the very hot. There one. Good evening, dear friends and lovers of freedom. My name is Ifan Madabuchi, and I'm reaching you from the Netherlands. Maz, let me start almost from the last point you make before I go to the first ones. This message is to our people of Biafra. There's a saying in Igbo language which is my ethnic nationality, we said that no one neya abago. What am I talking about? He who kills his brother or his sister is neither a gallant man or woman, nor is he a hero or heroine. Now, we must not be involved in the killing or harvesting the organs of our people. This is abomination. We must not kidnap our people and or collect ransom. This is abomination. We must not prostitute our kid sisters because we want money for anything for that matter. Those are the jewels of our land. We must not prostitute them. We must value them. We must not be importing and or manufacturing hard drugs to damage our people and most especially our youth. We must not antagonize, accuse, traduce, character assassinate the indigenous people of Biafra, because we are under oath to protect and restore Biafra, not to oppress, persecute, disadvantage, let alone kill our own people for whom we are agitating to restore Biafra for. Just imagine. Just think about it. How do you kill somebody you are building a house for? Who will live in that house? Anyway, God knows our heart. Or everybody who is accusing of IPOB, whether you are from the east or you're from the west or not, you know the truth. The happenings of Nigeria or in Nigeria today has exposed everything. You can call us bad names. Our people say that it is when a child wants his own thing, they call him bad child. We want self-determination. Whatever you call us, we don't care. If you touch it too much, let's have a referendum and let the chips fall where it may. Anyway, let's go to this man because this Abubakar Malami son, remember that his son, senior advocate of Nigeria, is demanding rule of law because he and his class and his ethnic group, they are privileged and the feudalists, they are ethnic supremacists and religious bigots. How many Igbos, how many indigenous people of Biafra, how many Nigerians altogether have been held indefinitely and extrajudicially in detention, even till death? How many have literally died in such detention? How many people are in detention since 2015 till death? That is through all the time that Abubakar Malami's son was in office as Attorney General of Nigeria, supposed Federation of Nigeria. So what we are talking is today, the shameless kakistocrat and kleptocrat is quoting the law. But he, as an AGF, committed all manner of judicial crimes, vandalism, and impunity, including the crime of extraordinary rendition of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is international and local crime. He committed the crime of extrajudicial detention, disappearing, refusing to obey court order, and even extrajudicial murders, etc. So how much money did Abubakar Malami-san steal from the federal treasury? That is why, what am I saying? That is why strong neutral institutions and not hard men like Maradona, Buhari, the dollar of Daura, the bandit. These are not what builds strong countries. What builds strong countries are institutions that overlive and outlive anybody, and it is not made for anybody, for all in a country. That's one of the reasons we must leave Nigeria. And how much money is retired Brigadier General of Nigeria, of Nigerian Army, Abubakar Saad III, the Sultan of Sokoto Caliphate? How much is he taking from his 23 oil wells, reportedly from in Biafra land? How many mining fields does he own and operate throughout Nigeria? And how much does he make from mining diverse solid minerals across Nigeria, especially in the north? It was in the news that he said that mining operations will be suspended for 6 months. And then what? But why should anyone own any mining field, let alone a multiplicity of mining fields in a country where everything is in the federal exclusive list? The fact is that Fulani Sokoto Caliphate, headed by Sultan of Sokoto, they have captured Nigeria. It is now left for the indigenous people in Nigeria to wake up and tear away, one way or the other. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, we prefer a UN-organized, managed Biafra exit referendum or a negotiated peaceful separation. But one thing is certain: the status quo ante is unacceptable and must not and cannot continue. Because, like our people say, that means that deceit and cheating, if it is up to a year, the one cheated or the one deceived, we know. But if you are deceived and cheated for 65 years, if you don't know, you never know. So my people, our people, especially the IPOB family, everybody, whether you are in the family now or you are still marking time outside, you must join hands, surround and support our leadership, the Directorate of State, and we must join hand, surround and support the Eastern Security Network. Let us join hands together and restore Biafra. God bless Biafra.
Thank you very much for your very powerful rendition. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. You have dropped Mazi Obilo. You have dropped. We must continue. And for your information, the report has come. I don't know why I'm missing calls, many calls on WhatsApp. Please, I don't know. It's dropping. This report on Tiger Base, coalition against impunity. Police Tiger Base impunity. Coalition against police Tiger Base impunity. Is out and is circulating. So you see, Aroni Lende Akbara in our land, tagging it to IPOB. Alagabovata. You see this report. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said something when he used to be on air that, IPOB is a breed of people that Nigeria never see before. They thought that they have seen or they never see the type of breed. Most of us are incarnates of those that died during the genocidal war. Those killed that died horrible deaths. I am telling you. And so, what we are doing, everything is with us. Eluna Lama with us. Mirinokon with us. The four elements of this world, of this earth, is with us. That's why we are indestructible. Let me read a bit. Paragraph 2.6 of the the coalition against police Tiger Base impunity. Paragraph 2.6. It says, the caption there, the semi-caption is the IPOB label as pretext for abuse. It talked solely. This report, I think, 94 pages, is a report about the activities of Tiger Base. When a police unit becomes a death trap, a police that's supposed to be protecting the people, a place where you have solace. You see, in a civilized society that most of us are, you see, you can, anytime maybe you are feeling you are drunk, you see, you just enter into police station. Please ask them, you cannot go reach your house. They will treat you well, give you even a place to sleep, But in Nigeria, you don't try it. You miss. They kill you, harvest your organ. What type of human beings are these? Is this how a country develops? People use government, government apparatus for their own private interests. Something that is abomination in other places, but is cherished in Nigeria. Caller on signal, please go on. I think you'll be the last caller. Call on signal. Mazi me, Chris. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Mazi. Good evening from here.
There were Mazi. There were.
Thank you very much. Nigeria is made for animal. Nigeria is made for animal, not for human being. That is what Nigeria is. My brother, we will do everything possible, humanly possible. As long as we live on this planet, we will do everything humanly possible to leave that entity. The people they might just forget away. They are horrible people. They say one thing in the morning, and they even say different thing. I was listening to one of our leaders broadcast in the past. Do you know that why Igbo people cannot excel in Nigeria? Whatever we do, we put on, it doesn't work. Do you know why? He said because we speak the truth. It cannot work. And it's a fact. What is happening in Nigeria is an evidence to show that value system, difference of that value system will declare for you that Nigeria is not a living place with the Igbos. We have tried this for over 60 years. That in Nigeria being set up by Britain, we have tried our best to live in that country, but it become impossible. And that is the same thing happening today. It's not a new thing. We know. I just called because of the statement you make about people you meet online talking from crash about IPOB or what is happening about ESM. They are not one people, but many as they are. What worries me about black person is their individual interest to perceive the collective interest. Maybe what I'm just seeing in Burkina Faso today might be contrary to what we know black people with. If not that, how on earth will somebody like Okoye, this person, this police, just because you are a deputy police officer or whatever you call you, or just like Hope Uzodimma, just to become a governor, you take your people, killing them on daily basis, and tagging them to those who don't even know anything about the death of those you have killed. There is IPOB everywhere, IPOB. Those people you met on space, even if you bring evidence to them that IPOB is not responsible, they will not take it. It is. I have one I met on social media on TikTok. Just enter one TikTok. I just see somebody I know from Rome here. I was listening to him. They begin to talk rubbish. Immediately I enter there and they counter them some certain things. This boy, just shut up. Don't talk. I people that killing people. I say, any day I hear you that statement from your mouth again, and meet you, Roma, I will beat mess out of you. You are very stupid and hopeless. It's from Umbudio. He said his father has fought Biafra war. He didn't know anything. I didn't know more than anything. I don't know more than him. He didn't know that I have 4 senior brothers fought Biafra war. But because his father fought Biafra war, therefore we don't have to talk about Biafra. He said therefore their houses were built in Port. Is he the only person? You said one thing very, very cogent this thing.
Mazi, sorry, let me add something here. People are making wrong narrative. They always bring Biafra synonymous to pain to us. Mazi, I call it cowardice, honestly. That is what I see in our people. No, don't talk about, no, you want to bring back, you remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this in India? People go to, no, it is, you are called for Biafra, is called for war. How does call self-determination becomes a call for war? The armistice that ended the war, none was respected, none is respected. And even Igbo people, many of them want us to know, keep quiet. That's why I say, Mazi, honestly speaking, when I hear some stories of some people that they talk about their father fighting the war, most of us, our fathers did, yes. But the way most of our fathers managed things It's horrible. They suppress the information. You know, some of them, they don't even talk about it. Say, no, I don't remember, you know. Instead of, you know, although families are different, there are, right from childhood, my father used to tell us, even my maternal uncle, he was a captain during the war. Every time whenever he sees us as children, he will start telling, say, even if normally, because only even the so, but many of our fathers manage this in a very wrong way. Armenian genocide that happened more than 100 years ago during the First World War, Armenians, even the country that committed the genocide against them, that occupied them and killed them, it became the funk, imitated into Turkey today. But they continue fighting just to be recognized that evil, injustice was committed against us. For over 100 years until finally they broke through. Because they know that the healing starts with justice. But our people thought that, you know, you can suppress everything and the pain will just quench slowly. It doesn't go like that. It will burst out. So people that are saying this is my father for the war. You know, you don't know the Biafra more than me. These are wrong negatives, I call them, honestly. Please go on. Please go on.
Of course, my dear brother. That is the wrong narrative. But let me tell you one thing I observed from that we have said now. One thing I observed is that the way the war stopped led to a lot of things. And even the war stopped while Ojukwu is in town. And maybe the negotiation was led by Ojukwu and remain in Biafra land, then perhaps some certain things might not take place. I see it because he left. And Nigerian government come as if it's a defeat war. But of course, somehow we are defeated. But orally, they said no. It's no peace, no vanquish. So, and they know the nature of Nigerians. So that we are living with those hectares. After the Civil War, what did they do? They go to come to house and start a massacre people. That is why our people stop the story. Some people doesn't have courage to stop the story. And let me tell you, one thing you know is that the people that tell the story mostly are the people that hide inside well. They didn't go to war. Some of them, their father didn't go to war. Or those their father, their brother went to the war, and perhaps he himself remains in the house. You know, that time we normally, our people normally send one person. When they gather the chiefs to go and bring people, they send one person from the family to go. The rest person, one person should remain. Maybe they have 2 men. Okay, one person should go, the rest one, the other one should remain at home, at least to have a male child in the house. So those ones you see, I got a man here in Rome here. Nobody told me. He said that they from place. You need to tell me your military number so that we are gathering our veterans so that I will connect you so that we know where we to put you, where you fought. He didn't fight any war. He didn't go to. He just what they call it, the boys camp. He did that, and what they call it, those boys, small boy running around. That's the only thing he did. But when you hear him talking about Biafra, you think that if he was in a war front. That is the problem. So I understand this thing that most of the people that narrate this wrong narratives about Biafra, you know that their parents or even their uncle, they don't go to war. They hide them on the ground. And they come out and say they saw skeletons. I met a man who said he saw dead everywhere. Okay. Because he saw dead people around you, where you are, exactly. That's what scares you. People that have been killed now, I think bigger than those ones still around you. He didn't answer me that question. So But one thing I want to say before I drop Mazi, I begin that according to our brother was speaking before, he said we want independence organized by United Nations, this and that. Of course, it is the world order of today. But I begin to wonder. Europeans came to Africa, used force to conquer us, violent, killing, everything. And they want us to liberate ourselves through dialogue, through what do they call it, politician, through negotiation in the United Nations. But when they came to Africa, they never go through negotiation and other things to see that maybe we agree to play part in their religion they brought to us, or the kind of democracy they brought to us. They never care about that. What they care is to use gun and bullet, kill people, force people into believing in a country or being subdued, and to rule by the British and all the French and other things with the gun and bullet and the bombs. But today, they want us to be independent through negotiation under United Nations. That is what I'm worried of. I'm totally worried of it.
No, Mazi, can I come in? Let me come in. Just don't drop. You know, like what you said. Times change. Yes, there are versions today. Situations change with time. That is what we should understand. The way and manner things were handled maybe 100 years back is not the same way today. That is what we should understand. So we don't expect things to be handled the same way. Let me also give you, like what you said about colonization killing Africans. Yes. We should also not underestimate African resistance. I mean, generally. When we talk about colonization, we thought that they just came and run over everybody within one day. No. For your information, you see America today, the Americas, they exterminated the indigenous people in America. That's what they could not do in Africa. So, also we have to give ourselves, we pat ourselves, because our ancestors, they tried. The resistance. They exterminated almost all the ethnic groups in Americas, from north to south, and replaced them with Europeans. So, what are you going to say about it? Hundreds of millions of people they killed in Americas, but they were not able to achieve that purpose in Africa. So that is also one thing we should understand. And another thing you said, there is this narrative. Whenever we talk about my Biafra war, we say we know that we are defeated. I used to go with that narrative, but sometimes I start having a rethink. I say no, we don't need to say something that is not written officially. We need to change this narrative. There is no way it is written that Biafra was defeated, because what the world goes by is written documents. That is one thing we should understand, and that thing is affecting us, even our mentality. Biafra war ended in armistice, no victor, no vanquished. That is pure ED. It is written. So, yes, it doesn't matter whatever, is inside or no. What matters is what is written, documento. That is what is there. That is armistice. There is no victor, no vanquished. Everybody remain the same. But inside us, we now nurse that mentality, or the complex that, we are defeated. For I refuse to accept it now. I am telling you, I refuse to accept it. There is one One this thing I was watching analysts. There is one Chinese. I don't know whether it's a Chinese member of government. He's used to be vocal. So the interviewer, the journalist was asking them. It's a panel, but the journalist asked him, say, okay, owing to the growth of China, the powerfulness of China now, what are you going to talk if maybe the West or America decides to arm Japan with a nuclear weapon? Mazi, are you listening?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Mazi, what the Chinese man answered, it shocked me. He said, according to the document of surrender of Japan in 1945, Japan is a defeated country. He said it, that they have no rights in this world because it is. He said they have China is, China is one of the allies, the people, the defeater. I don't know how to put it. Japan was defeated, so they have documents in their hand which makes Japan never ever to have offensive weapon any longer because they are imperialistic. So he made it clear. He said anytime Japan try to acquire nuclear weapon, he said China will react in a very vicious manner against Japan. It doesn't matter who is supporting them. I was shocked because they have a document. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. It's not something that is not written. It's not written. If we are saying Biafra is defeated, please, Nigeria, show us where it's written that okay, you defeated us. No. South Sudan passed the same thing I used to reiterate on South Sudan. They ended the same war, which, like the same way we ended, no victor, no vanquish. They went back to Sudan and became part of Sudan. But they were watching. They were watching. The same thing that started the first war in Sudan started encroaching, continuing again. They were not respecting all the documents signed. That is the mistake we made. It is not about only carrying or starting war again, no, but talking, escalating about the non-respect of the three. Our people, we went back into everybody go and survive. Is what kills us today, what put us in the mess we are in today. Nobody is at a large or becomes his brother's keeper or our collectivity. Nobody cares again what happens to us as a people. Now, are these people respecting? Instead, they started by giving us 2020, giving our fathers 20 pounds. No complaint, no international outcry. This is our people were not saying, okay, we are defeated. No, it is not written. There is no way that, yes, there is a surrender, but there is a condition. And that is why Asian, the last president of Biafra, said, if Nigeria did not treat the children of Biafra well, that they will rise up again. It's a condition. So we should be talking on what is written, not what is inside the mind. We don't know what is inside the mind. We are not God. What is written is there. No victor, no vanquished. And that is why Gowon never gave any medal to any Nigerian soldier, because he said, no, this is not a war, it's just because this thing will provoke Biafrans. Oh, you killed us. And he said no. So we must be going on what is written. That is where I blame our intellectuals. The people that are supposed to be watching to find out, they have to be making noise. Our people full everywhere in America, lobbying and say, look, the 3R, what they are not respecting it, this and that. Now, it's not about carrying guns. But nobody cared. All that we cared for is private interest, what you can gain, and make money for you and your family. We came back to the status quo. After 50-something years, we are still back to the same thing. That is it. Mazi, please go on and round up.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Your analysis is very fantastic. And from henceforth, not hear that word from me again that we are defeated. Also, I live in the Western world. And what you say is correct. Everything documented. There's a people here, something they came here to different reasons. Maybe has a different name in Libya. They have a different passport in Nigeria. And when they came, you change them. They want to go to a commission or whatever. I tell them that you see that name you tell them now, that is not yet documented here. It is not your name. Any day you bring passport, appears your name and your picture and everything, that is who you are. And it's exactly what we are talking about. So I think we should not be using the word defeated because according to the document, they are not defeated. It's only that Nigeria did not, or had it been that we are defeated, they could have decided, okay, this portion of land will be given to us, or the exclusive of land because we are defeated. As Israel did to other countries where they defeated them to take portion of their land. But there's no agreement of sort. Therefore, we are not defeated. So what you said is absolutely correct. Let me put this before I leave now. There's a man I met here, according to what you just said now, just yesterday. He was saying that our leader being kidnapped and or being sentenced to prison. Is that people are doing themselves. I said to him, why? Because the governments are not this one, they are not doing anything. How many of them are coming for him? I said to him, my friend, if you want to be reasonable, let us be reasonable. It's okay. If the law says that any person that did something like this, or because of this kind of the government, the person should be released and free. Now you are telling me because of the thinking of another person, or because how another governor think that what this man is doing is not correct. Because of that, you forfeit what the law says and do something contrary. Because of the opinion of a governor or opinion of individual. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu said they want Biafra, they said they don't want Biafra. So for that, or because somebody said don't release him, because of that, you don't do what the law says. That's exactly what we are talking about. So that is how, and I cannot take that again from any other person. Any day somebody come out and tell me that people are the one doing themselves, I will shut that person completely and totally. Because there's something written down according to the law. And any person trying somebody or taking somebody to court or any or whatever, even to clear goods in the seaport, there's a rules and regulation. My goods landed, I have to go to the procedure and pay the money required and pay. Then you release my goods. Now you cannot release my goods. You say that it's my people working in the seaport doesn't want my goods to be released. And you are causing confusion among ourselves, thinking that you are saying the right thing. Not that you have to do something and use our people covered on top of them. Thank you, Mazi, and God bless you.
Mazi, thank you very much. You made a fantastic point, honestly. Because, you know, this is what they used to deceive us. And we fall into that pit. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is able people holding him. Is able. Are they the law? What is written in the law, Nigerian law, about self-determination? Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guilty? Okay, if self-determination is not against the law, as it is, it's not in Nigerian constitution. Somebody will just come and say, no, because I don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. If he come out, I will not be a governor, please. Leave him there. And you say, okay, leave him. You come and say, no, now you people now you they do them. Is putting all those things are, I see it as a tactics, causing division and divide and rule. We start blaming ourselves. No, it is no, it is no, it is not. It's we. It is not we. It is God. No. It is not that. The law said so. Apply the law. apply the law. That is it. So you made a fantastic point on that case. Caller on Mazi Obilo, can you hear me, please? You are the last caller.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening from here, Mazi, I'm Malawi now because I'm an issue of medical issue. I'm Malawi for treatment. Mazi, I'm making like we do the math. I'll make up 1 week now. Mazi, because here in the good today now, Maka Muna in the care. A lot of our people here in Malawi here, a lot. But give me quite approach. How do you get a bonish again? I don't get any many this and that. We have caricature. Mazi, I won't ask me because here I got has meeting in the be cemetery in the Anambra State, Kahabes and Naga. Man, I make a hammer now. All the people need to know whatever. Now, the whole money, woman, know whatever. Also, reason one more the car. Can you know get you down? Not to ego tigi hanem. I not to beg before now. I'm the touch and this and that because of him the autopilot. But Mazi asked me when the madam leadership because we only say Gramboga made before now America. But what Hatiaka, what Kazari Hedge, security haka. Hatch, oh, you don't know Lurona. Oh, you know, my Derona. Mazan Maruka leadership, owner Hana, and him Mazo Kuna from here, Malawi. Habiko me tax on the label corporate community need language. And with all community here, and whatever. The whole world in Lebanon may meet the Nilan Debo. See tax on Hego. Hati Yaka, see the Mitri, see the tax on Hego. How goes Biafra now for everybody? It's not for only one person, it's not for only you, it's not only Mazo below. It's for everybody. Because him and sometimes Habia was good to them. Ask no even what the hell I go in those guys on Mazi because I had a provide. But after everything, let us leadership come together. See how Jake people a part of a meeting in Nandibo, and the organization in Nandibo. Then I was how we're tiger has so much how that Mozambique water. South Africa water, Ndolo, most every meeting, the Anambra State meeting. In that need how water because how can I para and how can actually here? It wasn't those actually here because of having Agreba has rent, Agreba has no way. Now, if you hand a meeting in the one hand me, but Hana never had a push each other and their force at least every month. How about that? Can I meet the hand and email for a month? City, I can name. But often I had them here, or I come on a leadership here as thanks. Naga, why got any control and then the head pushing how association of our law association, besides association, association down. Open a hand with the hand pushing me. But I say, oh, I'll touch up for a man at this contra. Bundi Boneba, they are guessing her name. Did you come on has now how Undi, when Hannah support to be a how he had a met him, but let them put money. Mas having to get money, but they have money to put. Not no don't have money. They have money to put. They have effort to support. But I can't be present here. If you know what they have, if you know what they have, if you know how sense. But because of Caliban from Yahan, when they walk from Gabba Hollow, Caliban from the yesterday, who's rich what I'm not Macachina can you couldn't lose this time. But Hagar last Chane back up Toshi, but happens here that memory a lot of things saying a feature. I not tomorrow. This Malawi now, or no more long and money guy or no, but good government to good for that. But I'm here for another money and Gagi catch one Gani, Kapana Kamisi Gani, not only an abu to our boss, I'm boss or that. Because of the name here, leadership one. Uno Falakana, Umuna the Cat Nago, Naga Bishos in Hanaga, then Madihan Fanaga. Not on the leadership, because how what on this Sam's Karaka. Hati Granian, Kakachuaga, them because Ndachok our time, our time when you see I go get actual plan has since better. Can you send this Sam Zage what on because no those or some can also came those I gave what I was there. Ndike because I'm going somebody else that no, me and the color, no, this is Malawi, me and the color, women and the color, hatcher, and the color, na prison. Nasi, Ellie Hun gave him the Kunak Hun, with him Namadania. Kato gets cigarro, me and the color, me again, that's okay. But now look at over that not getting a chance. See what ndị ga-aga me present akwụkwọ ndị a jaga nga dị gbaa gọọmenti akwụkwọ what ndị ụlọ jaga nga mesbiritin ha ihe dị mma because ụmụnne nna dị kala na ke ojimafọ ha na-aga ojimakọ na-aga ele ahịa barista enwedị ihe mfọrọ amega biko time adịrịsịrị anyị because ha chọrọ ha dịrị 26 a na-ekwu ihe na January ha shifta here to end of the February na ha gara vacation biko eji m Chineke na ndị leadership ha kpọrọ anyị ndị sam ọ bụrụ ego sị ka anyị tọwa anyị ga-atụkwa the money nkwada na anyị mere gịnị na anyị mere anyị win nda nke ọzọ dịka ibi ewu biko onye isi anyị ndị isi anyị na-ekwu na Radio Biafra biko pụtanụ na-enye na encouragement na-ekwukwenụ na-aga na because some maazị alụzi ma gbanwere ihe dị onwe nsọ gbanwere adị m alụzi olie biko ama m ihe
maazị alọzie nọ ya 2-4 ọ bịara ọ pụtara today.
Okay, ngwa maazị biko jisie n'ike na-asị m Chineke gbaa unu ume onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọla Chineke na-gozie ndị Igbo and secondly enwe ihe ọzọ m jiri tọdịla enwe ihe ọzọ m jiri kwu maka ndị na-ekwu na TV Nigeria ndị na-ebu propaganda ndị na-aga investigation adeshi melata ga base ihe ndị ọzọ ihe ndị a niile enediri ka anyị mara nọmba ndị a niile ọ bụrụ na ndị abịa ga-eshi ime na mata nọmba ndị Rufai ha na ndị ọzọ gachi na-ekwugheri na TV station ha da-aga journalist na studio da-apụ you can no go out and check the investigation and know what is going on. Here allegation na-ekwu ha na-ebelasi na Nigeria government erisere ndị ihe erisere Nigeria flight ha na news na-ede Nigeria na-atọrịgachi na-enwe dị ishi na-atọrịgachi na-enwe onye dịka enwe ụlọ ndị IPOB ka amatasị nọmba ndị a niile complete anyị ejijiri n'aka na-ajụ ndị a kwesịrị onye ihe dịrị ụnụ ụjọ na-atọ n'ikwu ụka ka oge n'iwu ụlọ ka ihe kpatara ụnụ ga-ejiri afọ ihe ọdụ ebe IPOB ihe ụlọ IPOB mere ihe ụlọ IPOB ihe ụlọ mere abụọ IPOB biko gaa n'oso mkpalesi na-aga investigation gaa na investigation onye ji ma journalist anyị na-ajị ha jiri that way ha mara because all of them na-ataghị ekwugheri abịa ha achị na achọrọ eme nna dịkali Messi achọrọ ka emene ebere achọrọ ka eji eme Messi this and that emene ebere onye ihe nna dịkali ihe mere ha eji emene Messi eji emene abịa Messi biko ka anyị nata nọmba ndị a niile na-ekwu na Nigeria stations channels TV ihe ndị a niile ha ncha niile gbanụ mbụ ndị aviation n'ime na napụta nọmba secret nọmba direct nọmba ha ka anyị denye one place na-akpọ ha na-agba ihe ha na-ahụpaka nwere ofe ha kwuo eziokwu because of eziokwu bụ ndụ ha ga-ekwu eziokwu ihe ụlọ ha mata na gwara ha ga-eji enwe ha eme ikpe biko onye ọbụla n'ebe ọnụ gbaa mbọ gbachi mbọ ike na Biafra nke anyị ọwụdị nke ofu onye ọwụdị nke onye ọbụla ma nwoke ma nwaanyị tinye onye ọbụla tax ka anyị kwụọ na ya ndị kọntra akwụdị ka ha anyị degere na these people akwụdị tax ka ha every month anyị marazi that na alụcha ọga ka nwaanyị nwere akwụkwọ. Thank
you very much. And this is where I'm going to switch off the phones. Please do not call any longer. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, just like, let me say, just leveling on what Mazi below said. Idere Umuibo. Tax the Igbo Union, this, and the Mbese Union, the Oka Town Union, the Anambra, the Mondi. I join everywhere around the world. Which country you not see? You know, on their budget. On their budget, that is the thing. You will see that if you go to their meeting, you call self, you go kanwa, onyaga garo kanwa, onyaga meshishi, onyaga memume, you know, you did a cochain, okon, you onyona, you know. Meya onyona la jenasi. Our people wanting so well, our people has problem. I'm telling you. You see, the best thing you can do for people is raising awareness, political consciousness, to understand the need for we. You know, I used to say it. Igbo Union in one country does not have official affiliation or contact, official contact, not individual. This one know this person, you call no official in another country. No coordination, nothing. Only that country is finished. You see that I went in Subu. It's only IPOB that came and broke this. They broke this bond. We are in the bondage, and we are coordinated all over the world. That is why, if you're an IPOB member, genuine, you need to pat yourself, clap for yourself. You get sent, honestly. Say, hey, IPOB. But if you go, they will only gossip, gossiping. The only thing that always brings Igbo people together is pain. Collective pain. That is it. Collective pain. That is the only thing. So we must continue what we are doing, and nothing more. What we are doing, we continue. Everybody must not be IPOB member. Or we are talking, many of them are hearing. Mostly people in the diaspora. Those that don't hear, they don't want to listen. Some are die-hard Nigerianists. Why? Because of their business. Because of their political affiliation in Nigeria. Because of their, their political aspiration in Nigeria. Because han a bula container, maybe business, a bula container, Allahajine, Bruna, Ganot, Nere. That is it. Average Igbo man, once he is okay, everybody is okay. Don't you see Devo Mahi? As a minister of works only. He said, don't worry, no, Biafra has come. So as this government of Tinubu has, integrated Ndibo. So putting him as a minister he covers everybody. That is the ugly mentality. Ngige also portrayed the same mentality when he was minister. Is it minister of works? Yes. The same thing. So you see, it's a pattern of thinking. The same thing. Only by inside, they are saying, nah, forget. Now make I miss this opportunity. Say Biafra, make I go the suffer for fighting for future. I beg. Very, selfish mentality. I said something about Azikiwe right from beginning. It's one of the things that keep us here. Because why am I saying all these things? So that our people will try to change. Because when you continue going the same direction, and you continue having deficits, you change. Azikiwe did it. You want to control that big thing. Selfish interest, only him. You want to be president. At all costs. At all costs. Even if it means deceiving the population. Deceiving even Igbo population. That, spreading propaganda, false narrative about him. Whereas he knows that he is deceiving the people. He was deceiving the people. That has no real power, political power. The power lies on the prime minister. He accepted it. As long as he will be going on entourage, limousine. Britain gave it to him because they know that they are Undara. Do you see that? The same thing, the same pattern is what is still going on, playing until today. So why shouldn't we be talking about it? Why? Again, you don't see Obiakwa, Obiankeya. agba mbọ ọtụ n'ogwe agba abụọ ya atụ n'ogwe ọwa ogwe ka pịa na atọ again also came all and all of general. He now made the laws saying, oh yeah, no more true federalism, no more regionalism, unitary system. Some people might argue for him to control the situation, but there are ways to do things and do it tactically and held on to power. Know how to, as he saw how things are moving, he need to, be tactical in order to hold on to power. He didn't do it. He didn't listen to the voice of reason. The same thing, second person. Why then? And is it not the same mistake that is going on till today? Is it not the same mistake that is still going on till today? Once an Igbo man is okay, he says, oh, everybody is okay. Don't worry, everybody is okay. As long as it's only him. Without knowing that without we, there will be nothing like me. That is it. Let me read, as I wanted to say on closing, let me read the paragraph 2, second paragraph of Coalition Against Police Ebubago Impunity. Paragraph 2.6. The IPOB label as pretext for abuse is talking about, sorry, not Ebubago, Tiger Base. Tiger Base. Let me just bring it. Coalition Against Police Tiger Base Impunity. Yes, CAPTI. That is it. So let me read the paragraph 2.6. Please. I will be dissecting all this as time goes on. It says, across the testimonies documented in this report, a consistent pattern emerges. The allegation of IPOB ESN membership or association has become a convenient weapon to justify arbitrary arrests, torture, extortion, and malicious prosecutions. The label functions as a kind of legal death sentence, stripping individuals of their rights and making them vulnerable to any abuse officers choose to inflict. One former detainee described the arbitrary nature of these accusations. They undressed us and searched our bodies for bodily marks, which they use as a basis to label people ESN members. Several people, especially young people, are arrested daily in Imo State, detained, tortured, and starved until they die, based mostly on unsubstantiated allegations of being members of ESN. But all Imo residents cannot belong to ESN. The desperation in this statement captures the inexplicable reality faced by young people in Imo State, where any physical mark or perceived attitude can be interpreted as evidence of terrorism. CAPTI, that is Coalition Against Police Tiger Base Impunity. CAPTI, CAPTI, documented several instances where young men were arrested in their homes or on the highway and labeled ESN militants without any substantive investigation. Tiger Base often resorts to dragnet tactics, targeting entire communities rather than individuals, based on actual evidence or reasonable suspicion. The distinction between investigation and prosecution has collapsed entirely. In most cases, the underlying motive is financial extortion rather than legitimate security concerns. Victims are taken to Tiger Base where they face prolonged detention, torture, and inhuman treatment designed to break their will and force their families to pay for their release. The practice is so widespread that families of missing persons are routinely told their relatives were arrested as IPOB suspects, even when the individuals have no connection to separatist activities. In many cases, victims are paraded before media with weapons they have never seen, falsely branded as terrorists or criminals, in staged displays meant to justify retroactively the abuse they have already suffered. Suspects are routinely pressured to pay for their release, and those who cannot afford it risk being permanently labeled IPOB members, a designation that further diminishes their rights and increases their vulnerability to torture, detention in abysmal conditions, and even death. Once tagged with this label, a person becomes less than human in the eyes of the captors, someone whose suffering can be justified by reference to national security imperative that may have nothing to do with their actual conduct. This instrumentalization of security concerns transforms every young person in Imo State into a potential target, creating a climate of fear that extends far beyond any legitimate counter-terrorism mandate. Parents fear for their children. Young men avoid certain areas or modify their behavior in hopes of avoiding attention. The line between citizen and the suspect has dissolved, replaced by a presumption of guilt that can only be disproven through payments or political connections. This is not policing. It is predation dressed in the language of security. Most of the people committing all these are Igbo people in Tiger Base and other foreigners, even from Asari Dokubo. This is what we are suffering, and this is what they do. They tag everything IPOB. You heard it from Nonsonkwa, who is in the field. You see it. And this is what people have taken till today. To maintain and continue pushing that false narrative. Ali Boga Kobucha, I am telling you, we are victorious. There is no way IPOB will be defeated. It is impossible. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has impregnated millions of us with Biafra ideology, and this has become an ideology. Once something becomes an ideology, no more becomes more dangerous. That is it. So Biafra remains our ideology. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tried everything in order to make Biafra to be our ideology, so that it is no more something that is based on one person. It is no more Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's thing, so that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there, everything collapses. No. It's no longer that. It happened in Masop. Wazirike, the founder of Masop, after being relegated or compromising, became moribund, and we learned. That is it. That is why IPOB continues, and it will continue. The more we continue, the more people become, born again with this ideology, or in this ideology. That is it. You see the evil of this Bubago for Hope Uzodinma to just be in power as a governor. That is why he unleashed these false flag operations, using it as an excuse in order to kill our people. It's very bad. It's evil, and they will pay. Seeing him, they will pay in their own ways. They will pay, and their generations, honestly. When you see people that are targeting his own people just for his own personal interest, political interest, so good, it is evil, and we must continue. Therefore, there is no other option than Biafra. It is either Biafra or Biafra. I don't say it is either Biafra or death. No, because you are saying that maybe death can prevent Biafra. No, it is either Biafra or Biafra. Because we are on relay. You go, another person is there replacing. That is institution. That is it. And that is why we remain indestructible. Ask Nigeria. They spent billions of dollars in order to bribe international diplomats and countries to tag IPOB, designate IPOB to, as an international terrorist or terrorist organization. But no way. America said no. United Kingdom said no. It can't happen. Our law says otherwise. They cannot go contrary to their law, because these are the people that understands what law, rules and regulations means. Rules and regulations, laws put things in order. That is what is called orderliness. Without orderliness, everything is in shambles. That is how Nigeria is. That is why I continue telling you, there is, if this world start working in disorder, which means the human beings in it some will die of trauma, some others will die of human coup, different types of things. Because when you start seeing, instead of fish, swimming in oceans and river, you see fishes in the air, swimming in the air, fishes everywhere. People will die of heart attack because there is no longer order in the world. Do you see? So everything in this planet Earth is regulated with natural law. That is it. Trees grow up, and in due time it bears flower, bears fruits, everything in order. It's not trees grow and after they bear fruits, after bearing fruit they start the fruit to start developing flower. No, it's no more orderliness. That is why any place without rules and regulations that does not go through the law of the land, it remains a quagmire. That is why Nigeria remains the primitive zoological jungle republic called Nigeria, and we must make sure, in order to dismantle it through the truth that is coming out from IPOB. They continue telling you that, those Nigerian aircraft in this thing in Burkina Faso, seized in Burkina Faso, it missed its way, it had emergency landing. That is cock and bull stories they are talking. They are talking cock and bull stories. I give them a tip. Nigeria government, listen, the agents, please take this. Tell Tinubu to go and tell Ibrahim Traore that no, this aircraft belongs to IPOB. They repented it, Nigerian aircraft, Air Force. That the people that they are detaining, they are ESN, because this is what they know how to do. They thought that it's in Nigeria. They try to operate on non-gunmen in favor of France in Burkina Faso, and they say come, they force them down, say if you don't come down we blow you into ashes. And inside the aircraft they saw sophisticated equipments that plots or photos, the targets, the barracks, military barrack garrisons, troop movements of Burkina Faso. Mazi Nnamdi said it the day of his broadcast. He said, don't worry. Why these people are still holding this? There's something inside. Either they are carrying weapons to the terrorists in Burkina Faso, or they are doing something heinous. And that is it. Do you think, Nigerian, where I saw somebody say, yeah, he cannot compare Nigeria to Burkina Faso. He cannot, any day Nigeria. Get out. Get out. Who is Nigeria? You're talking. When it comes to, look at the Nigeria Nigerian military that has been infiltrated with a terrorist. Nothing goes, nothing works. The coalition of Chad, Cameroon, Benin Republic was working together with Nigerian military years before, What made them to run away? They say with the Nigerian military you cannot win anything. If you plan anything with the Nigerian military, any attack you plan against the terrorists, it has been leaked to the terrorists. They will be waiting for you to come. So all of them, this child has said, Nigeria is a quagmire. And do you know what? Let me tell you something. You see this Sahel, they are even secretly, they are even telling the terrorists attacking their country, say, you have Nigeria to go and attack. If you want, we can give you free way. Go to Nigeria, is your place. Or if you stay this side, we kill you. And they are trooping into Nigeria because it's a debt. It's a debt. They see that the Nigerian indigenous population they are gullible. Bala Mohammed came on air and told Nigerians that they are bringing foreign Fulanis into Nigeria with Nigerian money, financing them. And there was no outcry. Why would you bring Takramangura debts everywhere? That is Uni. Terrorists everywhere into Nigeria to come and kill everybody. We must continue. We better restore Biafra, and you have to support what we are doing. As a Biafran, support what we are doing. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains our ideology, our religion, and who we are. And here on Radio Biafra is where we rally, where we worship. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu. From here, it is simply good evening.
Biafra